Hey cuties, what's up? We are back with some more reactions after dark, and today we're going to be watching, I actually don't know because I can't see the title of the video, because as you can see we are in VR today, question mark, because I thought, it would be cool to finally get around to doing something like this, because I said like a long time ago that I would maybe try to do something with VR for the reactions after dark, and I mean, I didn't spend a gajillion dollars on the thing not to use it, right? So we're in a theater. I forget what this app is called. But it is just like a bunch of different rooms you can go into and watch videos in. It has all a bunch of different stuff. I don't know if I want to bring up the menu. Maybe I'll bring up the menu just so you can see what I'm talking about. So, YouTube, Prime, all that stuff, if you can see this. The cool thing is I'm choosing the theater for today. We get some feedback in the comments. Please, for the love of God, comments on this video and tell me if you like this. But we have, home, which is what it starts off with, but I was like, okay, we're not going to use home. Classroom, I love the classroom. If I could do everything in the classroom, I would. I might just upgrade my Duolingo into using the classroom every time, right? Because if I could just do that, if I can use Duolingo on this screen, I would use the classroom for that going forward. I would just, other theaters and whatnot. We got, what else do we have? Drive-in and whatnot, lobby, etc., etc. But we're using this theater because it seems like the best thing to do for this starting video. Let's get rid of that. But we are watching 44-year-old celebrity canceled for being the biggest pick-me on a reality show. Obviously by Stephanie Sue. I think that I'm moving the mic right now. The only issue is I can't see my mic because I'm sitting down at my normal desk. My normal desk right here. Which means I'm using my normal mic. I'm not using the mic on the Quest, which maybe I should. But that means I can't actually see the mic, so I might bump it like that. And I don't know what that sounds like, so if I keep hitting the mic, my bad. Yeah, I feel like, isn't this cool? Question mark. But yeah, no hater segment today. No radical break, because we would be radical breaking in here, and we're already in VR, right? So there's no point to that. I think if I'm aiming like this, you should be able to see the whole screen, right? We just need to hear Stephanie. You don't need to see it. This is going to be the first time you get to watch Stephanie at a theater, like point of view theater's perspective, question mark. But yep. I forgot what else I was going to say. It's probably going to be just talking about the Daily Node stuff. Go watch the Daily Node stuff, because I'm going to be working on a project that is like an animation, and it's going to be a while before I finish that. It's going to... I can't really explain exactly what it's going to be, but all the assets that I'm going to be using for the animation, I am making in the Daily Node. So if you want to see any of that stuff, go watch the Daily Node. But yeah, I think we can just go ahead and get into it. This is a two-parter, by the way. So tomorrow we will be watching again, and maybe we'll be doing it in VR again. Question mark if y'all like this. I think we can just go ahead and get it. I have it on 4K, even though it doesn't really matter to y'all, because you're just watching the video in 10K, but this video being played to us back as 4K, so it's like weird. This is 4K being brought down to 10K. Why was it 10K? What the heck? 1080p is what I meant. Okay, an hour and 30. This is why I was waiting to do these videos, because it's been a while since we've done like a long video. Anyways, let's get to it. I'm going to try to make sure I get all of this in view. Hopefully it can actually handle 4K video being sped up at 1.5. And you can see like all the lighting on the walls and whatnot.
I've never known a celebrity that got canceled for something dumber than this case that happened in China. And I don't say dumb because it's like, oh, why are we canceling her for this? This is so dumb. Are we sure we're not just sexist?
Also, this is Chinaverse. I just confirmed this is Chinaverse because I didn't know if this was Chinaverse or not, but I think this is Chinaverse, so good.
Are we sure we're not just little haters. No, I mean dumb as in like, what is wrong with this celebrity? Why are they so dumb? Like, I don't understand. I have never. And I do need to preface this with something that there is a rare medical condition for face blindness, and 1 in 50 people are actually born with it. You are face blind. It's a cognitive disorder in which people are unable to recognize faces, sometimes even including their own. So this is not for you at home, who you probably relate to me, where you're like, wait, but sometimes I forget what people look like. No, no, no. Like, you look in the mirror and you're like, who the f is this bitch? Like, that's what I'm talking about, okay?
What?
And people with face blindness, they're very savvy, they're very smart. So they'll use other things such as voice, shapes, other contours in the face to remember. I think it's like adding up of all the features that they can't remember.
Yeah, but 1 in 50 sounds kind of crazy.
A lot, yeah.
Wow.
So that means you must have run into a bunch of people that are face blind and they have no idea what your face looks like. I hope I'm hotter in their mind then. I hope that I'm like really cute. No, but you know what I mean. And I just need to preface that this person that I'm about to tell you about does not have this condition. And I think that she would have let us know if she did have this condition. And she probably shouldn't have this job if she has this condition. So let me tell you what's been going on in China recently.
I'm confused on where this is going to be going on with talking about face blindness. So does a celebrity actually have face blindness? Though, spoilers, part 2 of this talks about, like the thumbnail titles, like everyone's canceling the husband until they found out that the wife was actually toxic or something like that. So I don't know if that is going to go into this or what have you. You know, I don't know. Also, unfortunately, this app doesn't have hand tracking. It's using the controllers, right? That's as best as you can get, is the act of me gripping the controller, unfortunately.
There has been this woman, this female host that has been going viral. Her name is Ju Dan.
That's pretty good.
Thank you so much. I've been practicing because how ironic would it be? Anyway, we're gonna get there. So Ju Dan is hosting the Cosmo Glam Night. It's like a popular annual fashion entertainment event hosted by Cosmopolitan magazine in China. They bring in all the top celebrities, influencers, fashion icons, and it's like an award party. What are they celebrating? It doesn't matter, okay? Everybody's hot, everybody looks attractive, everybody looks good, everybody's winning an award. It's a fun time. It's just like a hot people night. So she is the host of Cosmo Glam Night. And she starts, well, first, in the beginning of the night, she starts trending on social media because there is a clearly noticeable face color difference between her face and her neck. Is it that she's wearing too much sunscreen under her foundation, and then when they flash the cameras on the paparazzi night, whatever?
Isn't that just normal? Like just a normal fashion thing somewhere? There's some Asian cultures that just try to make the face very pale like this. I don't know if it's China, I mean, this is Chinaverse, right? Or what? But I'm pretty, this is just normal, question mark. For some people, they just want their face to be this pale, not counting goths, because of course, I mean, of course they're going to make their face pale, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, regular people making their face like this, I think, is semi-normal, so I don't know what this is supposed to be about.
Too bright? I don't know. However, not the point. That's when she first starts going viral. And you could just tell this Cosmo Glam Night was not gonna be a good night. Some shit was gonna go down because that was the first thing to go viral. She's the host. So you would think on Glam Night, her glam would be on point, but it wasn't. And now she brings up all the people onto the stage, all the celebrities. These are A-list celebrities who had just won awards. A-list. That's like bringing up, I don't know, whoever list of celebrities that we love that are not in the files, okay? A-list celebrities onto the stage and just looking at their faces, and they all look different. They all have a different aura. They're all known for different things. Everyone in the whole nation knows them. So she gets up on the stage and she turns to the first, like all the celebrities are lined up on the stage, and she's gonna go one by one and ask them about their award, ask them about their lives, things of that nature. And the first one is, see, it's a testament. But you know what? She speaks fluent Chinese, okay?
Yeah,
I don't.
of course.
So Jiang Lina.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, so she goes to Jiang Lina, and the moment that she opened, the host, Judan, opens her mouth, she goes, Zhao, Jiang. Lina, I'm sorry, Lina. Okay, sorry. So she misses her last name wrong, completely wrong. So it's like Zhao, Dang, very different, okay?
好，接下来是我们的周张丽娜，对不起哦，丽娜，对不起。
So then she's reading from a cue card, and she still got her last name wrong. So then people are like, wait, maybe she can't read. Because you know how in America there was like a whole thing where people had conspiracy theories that certain celebrities couldn't read because maybe they got into like, I don't know, the industry too young, and then I don't know, some of them look suspicious when they're reading cue cards. So there was like a whole thing where everyone's like, wait, but also maybe she's dyslexic, okay? So that was like the first little mistake of the night. But then she tries to make it up. Hello, everyone, you know? Okay, so Jiang Lina, please tell us about your life. Lina, what is your dream? And Lina is a good sport. She says, actually, my first dream is my current dream, which is to be a professional model. But before I achieved that, I actually became a mother. So my second dream is actually to return to my first dream, which is going back to becoming a model. Sticking to it from start to finish and embarking again on something is really tough. We give you our full support and encouragement. So,
Okay, sure.
Yes. So it's okay. It's a little awkward, but people are like, it's fine. Then she moves on to the next celebrity, Dili Rema.
听见了吗？
Oh,
Yeah. And so that.
wait, what did she say?
She said Dili Rema, the next celebrity, right? But guess
Lily
what?
Rabah, you mean?
No, she said Dili Rema.
Like she messed up her name?
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's not
dang.
even her name, but also it's not her.
Okay, so we're supposed to be saying the person who is just checking to make sure everything is working over there. Everything looks fine. The person who is talking to these people does not know who they are because of face blindness, question mark. I think is what we're supposed to be getting at here, is that's what's happening here. That's why she keeps getting all the names wrong. It's not because of anything else. It's just like she literally just does not know who they are because of her illness, right? It's like just her, yeah, what do you call that? Her mental disorder, question mark? And that's why she keeps getting their names wrong.
Oh.
So then that celebrity, a female celebrity, goes, "I'm Naja."
听见了吗？娜扎，娜扎，对不起。
She's like, "I'm
Wait.
Naja," and she's like, "Oh, Naja, sorry."
Naja, like, no, she's Naja, not like Neja. You know, like is it the third or seventh? What freaking Lotus Prince is Naja? Is she actually named the same as the prince, which is actually kind of weird? It's the seventh Lotus Prince, right? The third or seventh Lotus Prince, whatever the heck his moniker is. Neja. Her name was Naja. Neja is with an E, question mark. It's kind of weird to just have your name so close to Neja. Is that just normal for Chinese people, Chinese women, to have a name almost similar to a what do you even call Neja? Because he's considered a god in Smite, the video game series at this point, because it's Smite 2. But like, do they consider him to be folklore, mythical, real? Like, if it's like a part of the religion or what, right? But yeah, it's just weird to be like, oh yeah, that's Neja. I consider like a guy, but then like her name's so close. It doesn't matter. Though what I hate is that Neja is always in Smite, probably other games, is treated like a girl. Everyone always calls him a girl. Like, stop misgendering my Neja, question mark, is what I'm getting at, because they always call him a girl. He's not a girl.
Right, but then for some reason, so she's like, "Tebuchi," I guess, because that's sorry in Chinese. So she's like, "Tebuchi." And then for some reason, she turns around, looks at the camera, and goes, "Sorry," in English.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that clip.
对不起，sorry，娜扎。
Which was just crazy. This is the most
I love that. The way she said that, sorry, and then even the way she said Naja, like, love that.
How do you describe that energy?
like kind of fucking mean, like kind of like,
Like,
sorry, not sorry. Like, why?
Sorry.
Is it sped up?
Sorry.
It is.
Damn. It's like that energy. Okay.
Yeah.
So she gets the last name of the first person wrong, first celebrity wrong. Then she gets completely, not only does she mispronounce the name of the person she thinks she is, that's not even her. Okay. And then she just turns around and says, "Sorry." And no one knows what to do. It's just really uncomfortable. It's also like, let's say Jane is in front of you, but you call her Jessica, but her name is fucking Jessica. But also she's not Jessica, she's Jane. So it's like, what is fucking happening right now? But Naja is like, it's okay. But I probably would have wanted to be a magazine editor if I wasn't in this field, because I want to share the beauty and fashion that I appreciate with everyone. But yes, my name is Naja. I'm so sorry.
Naja.
I have too many faces of celebrities today, and I have to talk to every one of them. My brain is just, I'm so sorry, Naja. And I love you, and I sincerely apologize.
真的脑子非常抱歉，娜扎，我爱你，sorry，我向你诚挚的道歉，对不起。
Why does she keep saying sorry
On the stage, they're looking a little
in
like-
English?
Before she gets to the next celebrity, you can see each one of them starting to like get a little bit stressed out, because you know.
I think at this point, she should just continue calling all of them,
Yes.
because then that's a bit, right?
Yes. No, but she does.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say she might as well just keep saying it like you said, but nope. Apparently, that is just what's going to end up happening. Again, it's just a face blindness. She should just call it Naja as well, not Naja, Neja. Call it Neja.
Not as a bit. You're
Damn.
gonna die. So then she gets to the next celebrity, which is Dao Dongyu. And Zudan looks at her, waits a few moments of silence, and then is like, tell us about yourself, Dongyu.
你自己说吧，终于。
So she's like,
Wait,
really,
what's
she's
happening?
like thinking about the next celebrity's name. She gets it
Oh.
right, but the entire time the celebrity is trying so hard not to laugh, because it's like really awkward silence. Why even say their name? Just
Yeah.
say, okay, what about you, right? Then maybe the celebrity being gracious would
Wait, have
say,
you-
hi everyone.
Have you ever blanked out on someone's name before?
Yes.
Bro, it's so
difficult.
so like
I think it would be like a good bit. Like, even if you just like, pretends a bit, like, great bit. Just keep rolling with it. Right? Just keep messing up on purpose. You don't even have to try to get the names right. Just mess up on purpose, right?
embarrassing.
I'm so bad with with names.
Yeah.
And I think my anxiety makes me worse with names. Because I'm the type where if I'm doing like a serious form for the government or medical form, I triple check my own name. I go, that is me, right? That's my
same.
birthday, right?
It's awkward, yeah.
No, it's
like even a Zoom
uncomfortable.
call, like I review everyone's name over and over. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, all right.
Me too.
Okay.
But then also, have you seen that TikTok that's like when you meet someone who just read How to Win Friends and Influence People? That's like, so tell me about that, Stephanie. Oh, that's great, Stephanie. I love that, Stephanie. I love that for you, Stephanie. So, Stephanie, tell me about this coffee shop that you went to, Stephanie. How do you like the coffee, Stephanie? What does it say on the coffee, Stephanie? It says like the book says apparently people like you more when you say their name to them. Like they love the sound of their own name. So like all these dudes will be going on dates like, oh yeah, Jessica. And you're like, what the
I don't know if that's true for me. I'd rather not have my name said over and over again. It's kind of cringe to keep having to hear that over and over again. By the way, this app on the Quest, you know, this thing that lets you watch whatever you want in a setting like this is multiplayer, by the way. So I know we're in a empty. I can't see my hand there. We're in an empty theater, but other people could be in here if I wanted to bring someone on who had a Meta Quest as well, or had some sort of VR headset. We could just hang out here and watch reactions after dark, question mark. So who knows if that's something that this will eventually evolve into, is just having a bunch of people who watch the rad videos already join me in here in VR and hang out and watch Stephanie videos, question mark. We'll have to see if this turns into that. Also, I don't know if this is like the best seat. Keep hitting the mic, I know. This is the best seat to be in, because I just wanted to be all the way in the back, right? Yeah, there's no chairs back there. This is as far back as it gets, because I don't know if we're like too close. I mean, you can't really argue that this is too close as far as back as you can get, but I mean, up there, up in the front, like nobody wants to be up there, right? Are you the kind of person who wants to be in a theater and sit in the back like this, or up front like a weirdo? I have sat in the front of a theater before, though, like on the first row, I think, before, but that is kind of psychotic, is it not? Like, I like being here or over there, but like back there, you know, there's supposed to be chairs back there, question mark, but this one doesn't have them. But you know, there's supposed to be chairs behind this huge row. I would like to sit back there where like nobody is around. That's probably like my ideal spot, or right here, like right here, or back over there, question mark. Also, we are like only 10 minutes through this out of this hour and a half video. This is going to take forever. It's going to be like a 3-hour long video.
So, you know, Dongyu is trying her best not to laugh. So much so that she doesn't remember the question because there's so much going on. Like, no one even cares about the question at this point. It's so tense. It's so awkward. So she just says, I think I can't really think of anything right now. Maybe I should go home and reflect and think about it, which is a good joke. But then the next celebrity is Zhao Bi-chang.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, who starts cackling. But instead of calling Zhao Bi-chang, Zuzan goes up to Zhou Bi-chang and says, Chao Bi-chang.
What?
How do you say ugly?
Chou Bi-chang.
Yeah, she goes, so Cho Bi-chang,
Oof.
what your dream is. So Cho apparently in Mandarin means ugly. So she goes up to her and it's like basically saying, hey, ugly Stephanie, tell me about your dream in life.
Oh my god. What is happening?
And so everyone's like, oh my god, it's getting worse. And then finally, it's Dili Reba, who she called a different person Dili Rema, which is not Dili Reba's name, right? And so you would think that after her interaction with Naja, she would remember, oh, that's Naja, and this is Dili Reba. Not Dili Rema, but Dili Reba, right? She goes up to her and she goes, Naja, what do you want to say?
You're kidding me
So
right now.
everyone immediately...
Wait, is this real?
Yes, everyone turned.
Again, it's the perfection of that, of calling the two their opposite names, is just great, question mark. Like what can you even say about that? Perfect. Again, just roll with a bit. Just say it's a bit. Don't even acknowledge that it's a problem. Just say it's a bit.
To do that, look at the host.
So like this role of celebrity, she calls everyone except one person.
But that
the wrong
one
name.
person, she was like silent for a second.
那让你来吧。
You just
Wow.
spoke to Naja less than 5 minutes ago, and you gave her a whole apology.
I would like to roll back a few seconds, even though I don't think you can really do that. But if we could go back and look at the one next to her's face, like she's like, what? What is going on?
In public, and now suddenly there is another Naja.
This gotta be.
They don't even look alike. Okay, they literally do not look alike. None of these celebrities look alike, so everyone is just confused. And then after Dili Reba, she doesn't even correct her. Okay, she's just like, I probably would have liked to be a pastry chef, right? And then Zudan gives a closing speech and adds, again, I want to apologize to Naja. As a host, this means that I still have room for improvement. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, and thank you, Naja, for your smile.
The last person? Huh?
We don't know who she's referring to because we don't know if she means the first person who she called Dili Reba, or if she's referring to Dili Reba who she called Naja. We don't know who she's referring to, but it's the fact that she mispronounced almost every single person's name, but she was completely unaware of it and only apologized to Naja. We don't know which Naja she's talking about because to her, everybody is Naja. So all the, the segment obviously goes viral in China and all the comments start saying, it's okay, Zugan. So they're getting her name wrong, okay, because her name is Zudan.
Zugan.
Also, I think it means pig liver, right?
Zugan, yes. Oh my god.
Where did they get that emoji from with the teeth? Question mark. Is that just who knows where this is? Weibo, WeChat? Like where are we commenting on that you have that emoji? Because I don't think there's like an American, or not necessarily American, a Western emoji that looks like that? Question mark. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I think I'm going to cut real quick and turn on the mic on the headset so I can just like freely move my head around without worrying about banging into the microphone, and y'all can just let me know if it's fine if I use the internal mic on the Quest, because I know it's worse than my actual mic, even though it's not like my mic is better, but I want to be able to move my head freely without worrying about banging into the microphone. So I will be right back. All right, I am using the mic in the MetaQuest 3. I don't know if I need to talk louder. I am kind of trying to talk slightly louder. Yeah, let me know if this is perfectly fine. I usually like to whisper, but because there's just dead silence, I think it might be fine, question mark, to just use the Quest 3's mic. Because usually when I was doing game stuff, the mic, you couldn't hear my mic on the recordings that well because the game still was louder than me. So hopefully this is fine. And I always pause and talk before anyways. But again, is it 12 minutes? We're like 12 minutes 30, almost 13. How long has this been going on? I can't see. 20? Okay, it hasn't been that bad. And there's like a little people underneath the headset. So if I'm looking up, it's because I'm looking at the computer. Question mark. And I hope that you can see all of this. Like if I was doing this live and could somehow read, like we could maybe even like be like, okay, where do you want me to sit? I can sit over there, I can sit over here, we can get up and walk around. Unfortunately, it doesn't have proper movement, like proper analog movement, which you can't see the analog sticks, but proper analog movement. It's just like notches. It wants you to move around in your real environment. I'm sitting in my chair, obviously. But I wish it had like proper smooth walking around movement.
So they're like, it's okay, you can. But then these celebrities are not the only victims.
They don't have the prompters?
She has cue cards. She has cue cards. There was one time where she's on stage with the winner, and the winner's name is on the giant LED screen behind them, and she still gets it wrong.
Like she doesn't read it, or she...
We don't know.
Well, I mean, she would have to turn around to actually read the LED screen, right? So that makes sense. Question mark. Like she actually has to, turn around to read it. Question mark. Like that.
No, we don't know what's going on.
Is this
Genuinely.
intentional?
I don't think so, because she gets very offended when you call her out on it. So I don't think it's intentional. So then there was another moment where, Yuna from Sonyeonday, Girls' Generation. Okay, so she goes to an event in China, and they call her Yuner.
Yungar? Oh, Yungar.
I think so, right? But then she calls a different Chinese celebrity Yuna's name. So everyone's like, okay, now you're getting everyone's name wrong, you're getting their nationalities wrong, you're getting everything wrong. Like, it doesn't even make sense what's going on right now. And then also the LED screen has names and you won't even say it. And every single time, she just has to do Weibo apologies. She says, I have no excuse at all. Today, I sincerely apologize to Nada, Dili Raba, Lin Yun, Imuna. Please forgive my carelessness. As a professional host, this is absolutely unacceptable. I promise it won't happen again. I hope this doesn't affect everyone's mood. 30 minutes later, she posts again. I feel so depressed and frustrated. Sigh. My heart is still racing. It feels terrible to have made such a mistake. It was so wrong of me. There's no reason for it. I deserve a beating. And then it's like a black and white photo of her pondering on a chair. Like she was like, honey, take this picture of me. And it's like her stressed out on a chair.
I feel like this is just her like personality trait, question mark, right? Like this might just be what she wants to have herself portrayed as in in real life. Like she's so goofy and quirky and ditzy. Not really like a manic pixie dream girl. Is that what it's called? Question mark. But something like that. I don't know. Question mark. So let me just play this. I want to see the audio. I'm gonna look over here and check the audio. Make sure this is loud enough.
A little while later, she posted a third time saying, "I've been quiet for a really long time, but I still don't want to fall asleep feeling frustrated. It was a mistake, and I have to face my mistakes. I'll strive for perfection in the next hosting gig, and everyone will witness it. P.S. A friend of mine comforted me, saying, 'It's okay. Things will get better when your baby is 3 years old.' And I laughed." Okay, so the reason that she mentions her child was at the time her child was 2 years old, and there's like a Chinese saying where for 3 years a lot of mothers will lose their memory.
The first 3 years?
Yes, because you're literally
sleep deprived,
dying. Okay, you're sleep deprived, you're overworked, you're anxious, you're stressed, your hormones are going through the roof, you're like fighting nature's battles. So for 3 years, it's like, okay, we should give mothers grace for having, I don't know if it's a good thing to call it that, but like I guess pregnancy brain, right? But so she was like, once my kid is 3 years old, I'll be better. So her child was 2 years old. And then later she attends another event and she's like, let me tell you guys about what happened, right? So basically, I'm a Leo.
She's talking about this on another show, talk show.
And she's like, so basically what happened was, I'm a Leo, and Leos don't allow themselves to make mistakes, especially such a basic one. So I was very unhappy and frustrated, which everyone is like, why are we talking about you? Like, you should be apologizing to the celebrities. And then she's like, but then when I go to bed and I see my daughter laying next to me, I feel like I need to forgive myself because every day is difficult and correcting mistakes make you better for the next time. So at this point, everyone in the whole entertainment industry is aware of these incidents, and it's not even over yet because she keeps hosting more events and she just keeps butchering everybody's names. And it's annoying because every time she does it, all the celebrities that she's butchering their names, they're the ones that have to do PR for her.
Really?
Yeah, because afterwards, like interviewers will ask them about what just happened, and then they all have to be like, oh no, it's okay. Like when I get nervous, I do the same thing. Like they're so gracious. And then Judan is over on Weibo being like, I sincerely apologize. And again, I think mistakes are.
I feel like it's just a matter of like, why do they even care at that point? Like if she's done it so much, it should just be considered her thing. And then everyone should just move on. It's like, oh yeah, that's just her. She just messes up everyone's name on purpose. We don't have to care about it, right? Unless there's some sort of like social thing where they not want, like, but just there's a social thing in China to make sure you get everyone's name right, just out of, I don't know, respect or whatever. And if you don't get it right, well, then it's like extremely rude? Question mark. I mean, I guess it can be considered rude to begin with. There's anywhere, but I don't know. I feel like if she was just trying to make it her thing, well then they should just let it go. Though I think, well, I don't think. I'm assuming this has to do with her face blindness, quote unquote. Can't really do air quotes because there's no hand tracking. It like barely even like acknowledges me doing this. Yeah. Well, I'm assuming it's going to go all around, like full circle to her having face blindness.
Fine, but she is a professional host. It's like bare minimum to get the names of the celebrities right. Is it a lack of research? Is it a lack of prep ahead of time? I don't know what it is. And it seems like it's recent. So a lot of people are saying, okay, well, maybe it was like a medical thing. We don't know. Like, let's not judge. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Turns out she's just kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on. And all the comments each time are just trolls. They're not.
Okay, what? It's not a medical thing? Question mark? She's just crazy? Again, I'm saying, like, if it's just, her thing, then that's fine. But we are just saying it's just her thing, then. What was the point of bringing up face blindness? And who had face blindness? Is it not her, question mark, that has face blindness? And thus, why she would be doing this? Question mark? Also, I feel like I have to talk with my hands a lot. Since you can't see my model, yeah, we have to just do this. Also, I don't know if I should have my arms. Well, I turned the arms off, so it's just floating hands. But yeah, also, I don't know if anyone finds it creepy in here. I mean, I don't, but I feel like some people might, and that's pretty good, right? We want Reactions After Dark to be spooky. It's Reactions After Dark. For a reason, is it not? Yeah. I guess let me know if anyone finds a empty movie theater to be spooky. Question mark. Just nothing in here, just playing Stephanie on the big screen. Question mark. With literally no sound, no ambiance at all. I wish there was ambiance. I might have to add my own ambiance. Question mark. On OBS, just in the background a little bit, and then everything will be fine. I probably should have thought of that beforehand, but I didn't. I just set this up like now. I didn't think about it at all. I just did it now. So maybe next time we'll have a slight bit of ambiance in the background that you can barely hear. Question mark.
canceling her hard yet. They're mainly making fun of her. So her name is Judan, but they would say, don't worry about it. I support you. We're not haters, Jordan.
Jordan.
Okay. Is Judan considering resigning, but she just doesn't know how? Like, what's going on? From now on, you should change your name to Junao, which means pig brain. So everybody.
She's probably quitting.
Yes. But then what pisses people off is like, these are pretty funny hate comments. They're not even hate comments.
Yeah,
it's like,
internet's
yeah,
her,
they're not even mean. Like, there are some really mean hate comments out there. These are not that. She's quietly deleting all of these troll comments. She's sitting there deleting every single one of them to the point where netizens are like, are you serious? You're that sensitive? You made the mistake, but you're gonna be the sensitive one because we're calling you Jordan as fun? Like, what's happening right now? You would think that these comments wake her up and she gets her shit together, but she doesn't, because 1 month later, she does it all over again. And there's this one clip of her sitting next to Jackson Wang, and she calls a different celebrity next on the other side of Jackson Wang, the wrong name. And Jackson Wang flips his head at her and looks at her like, what the fuck? What are you saying? Yeah, he's like, are you serious right now? Like, his face looks like, no, you're joking, you're kidding, okay? At this point, people are...
I feel like she can only do this so many times before people are just like, oh, like, get over it, right? That's what I was trying to say. This can only happen so many times until you get desensitized to it, you know, like Boy Who Cried Wolf or whatever. And yet everyone's still freaking out over it. Though I don't know what the timeline is here, so maybe it is actually just like still in quick succession from each new time she messes up someone's name. By the way, 4K, this video looks really nice for me, question mark. Like for you, it probably looks like trash. This all looks like probably trash for you. But for me, like this is a very crisp video. Now, I don't want to move around just because I feel like it's going to break, but let's see if we can get in the front. It's right there, maybe. So you can see. I don't know what that looks like for y'all. I hit my keyboard too. I don't know if that did anything. No, it's still recording, I think. I think everything's fine. Yeah, that's still fine. But yeah, I don't know what this looks like for y'all being this close to... I think the carpet here looks really nice, right? This is a good, cool pattern. This, what is going on here though? I didn't look at this before. Why is that just a tumble forward? Like, why is that just a slope going down? I don't think I've seen a movie theater where that's just the case, right? Like, why is this like, so, before we, okay, Stephanie, hold on. Before we get, we need to like, oh, it won't let me walk over there. Yeah, it won't let me go any further than this. I'm stuck in the chair. But yeah, like, there is no way there's movie theaters with that like that in it, right? And where's the, oops, did not mean to do that. Where's the exit doors? Like, this theater is great, I think, except for the fact that this front part, like, how do they make this? This construction is not up to code. And I'm gonna need to turn around. Get back there. Anybody want to be over here this time around? Can I get over there? Oh, these chairs don't count. Oh, they do. Oh, no, they don't. I can just freely walk. See, I would be over here where the chairs were, just watching this. This is where I would be sitting. Question mark. We don't even have like a door here. I think they didn't think you would be walking over there. Maybe, question mark. Now let's get back into the chair. That what you want. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Yep. Maybe here? Maybe people will prefer this. I just like the angle over there, but we can be in the center this time. We can just move around all day. We have like probably like 2 hours to go because we're only 20 minutes in on an hour and a half video.
They're like, once is okay, twice is barely acceptable. This is happening like every other event. It's completely unprofessional. It shows a lack of respect for the guests. Like, we can't keep doing this. Like, she's got to quit the hosting industry. She's got to do something else. And she's been a host for a really long time. She was the host of China's X Factor. She was like the host of some crazy big competitions. At one point, 2 of the biggest stations in China, they were fighting over her. Just fighting over trying to get the next contract for her. And she had multiple points in her career where she was canceled for being unprofessional. So for example, she used to be the host of Zhejiang TV. And then she got poached by Hunan TV.
2 of the biggest entertainment stations.
Yes, yeah. So then she goes on Hunan TV and then she's like, okay, well, if you want to cast your vote or something like that, or like you want to give your input, call this number. And she called out the old former employer's number. So it was a whole scandal. And then she got sidelined from the hosting industry. So she starts focusing on acting. She leads a few roles. She did okay. She was in a C-drama called OBGYNs, about exactly what you think it is about. Okay, it did okay. And then she was in another role. It also did okay. But then she really got back into hosting for the Cosmo Glam Night. Oh. And then we know exactly how that went with the sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, and it's crazy because there's these apps in China where you can download it, and it's like a
Oh, I went too
with
far.
face blindness. They're
Actually,
very
back to the beginning. I really love that. That's sorry. It's amazing.
career where she was canceled for being unprofessional. So, for example, she used to be the host of Zhejiang TV, and then she got
yeah,
poached
love
by
the
Hunan
sorry.
TV.
Two of the biggest entertainment stations.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then she goes on Hunan TV, and then she's like, okay, well, if you want to cast your vote or something like that, or like you want to give your input, call this number. And she calls out the old former employer's number. So it was a whole scandal. And then she got sidelined from the hosting industry. So she starts focusing on acting. She leads a few roles. She did okay. She was in a C drama called OBGYNs, about exactly what you think it is about. Okay. It did okay. And then she was in another role. It also did okay. But then she really got back into hosting for the Cosmo Glam Night. And then we know exactly how that went with the sorry.
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 Oh, and it's
Love
crazy
it.
because there's these apps in China where you can download it, and it's like a dictionary app, right? But you can also hear it. You can hear the word. If let's say it's sorry, then you can hear it in an American accent. You can hear it in a British accent, and then you can hear it in global, and then you can hear it, I believe, in like a Chinese accent. And I don't mean Chinese accent as in like people in China who are learning English will input their own voice. So it sounds like a more like, okay, this is a person learning English. It's easier than someone going sorry, you know? That's like hard because you're like sorry, right? You're trying to, and so all of that was filmed with sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
That was like the global voice section of
Love it. I don't know what it is. I love that sound effect. I don't know what it is. It's perfect.
everybody saying sorry. It becomes a giant meme. It was like a trending, sorry was a trending word in China for a very long time because of Judan.
Sorry is trending.
Yeah. And she becomes extremely sensitive to the word sorry. Judan, after
Really?
all of this, she decides that she's going to get into reality shows because these hosting gigs are not working out for her. Every time she hosts a thing, she keeps saying, I'm going to show you guys my perfection because I'm a Leo. And then she does the hosting gig, and then she immediately on Weibo, I sincerely apologize. Okay, and she's like, I'm going to make sure I type these names correctly this time. And it becomes a whole thing. So they're like, we can't do this anymore. She ends up taking a lot of reality show gigs. She's on this one reality show where all the celebrities are sitting at the table, and there's another female celebrity who is reaching behind her to grab her coffee. And she's like, oh, sorry.
Oh.
Just politely says sorry. And it's like a normal thing. It's like, sorry, right? Even in Korean, we call it, oh my God, in Korean, we call it like suri. Okay? So like, she's just saying, it's not like a weird, she's not like sorry. She's like, oh, sorry, right? And at that moment, Judan is eating a chicken wing. She freezes. And the second she hears the English word sorry, her face drops. She whips around in disbelief as if someone had just said the most offensive thing to her face. And she's looking at the, just, you know, you just said sorry to me while you were behind me. Did you ever consider how that might affect me? Every single sorry is like opening up my wounds again. And so I thought she was like doing a bit. I thought she was trying to be funny, right? Even though it's not funny, like maybe she was doing a bit. No, and netizens start going crazy. Did Judan get the copyright for the term sorry? For the English word sorry? Why should someone else be responsible for your mistakes? Just because of what happened to her, so others can't use a word?
This reminds me of like, I don't know when this was, right? The early 2000s, right? Somewhere in the 2000s where they were trying to copyright words. Like, wasn't Paris Hilton trying to copyright "That's Hot" or any of those words? Wasn't that a thing? Question mark. Like the whole "That's Hot" fiasco and what have you? Question mark. I swear there's a thing, and of course there's also the go further into the future on YouTube. You had it was what were they called? I forgot. It's the biggest like reaction channel before reactions actually became a thing, and it's the guys who just had you know, old people, teenagers, millennials, Zoomers, whatever, come and react to some sort of video or videos on their channel and give their opinions on it, right? The React something, I don't remember their names, you know, they're just the biggest ones. They were trying to copyright, I think, the ability to react to stuff. Was that what it was? I think. They were trying to make reacting their trademark, and thus nobody else could react to anything without their permission. And that's probably not accurate, but it was something like that's what people took it as. And then they were like, okay, we're sorry, we didn't mean it, or not that they didn't mean it. We're not going to go through with that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they were trying to copyright reacting to things. Question mark. Which of course they didn't invent reacting, because if you go even further back to the 90s, you know, you have like home videos. I forget, America's Funniest Home Videos, I believe is what it was called. We used to watch it all the time. But yeah, like this is not like they invented the ability to react to stuff, right? So yeah, I'm pretty sure Paris Hilton was trying to copyright words but of course you're not allowed to just copyright a word.
English
Which is
called
also
sorry.
apologizing.
Yeah, like this doesn't even make sense. How is the word traumatic for you? Some netizens are just getting so annoyed with her. But this was like a clip that was trending on Douyin. So everyone was like, wait, the whole episode is not out yet. So we should not judge her until the whole episode is out. Because what if it's exactly like what I was saying? Where she turns out and is like, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Like, you don't know, right? The show is produced by Mango TV. And they have a reputation for sometimes editing stuff into looking a little bit crazy to boost viewers. So they watch the entire episode. They're like, oh, it was actually worse. Okay, that's actually so much worse. So then she does a little confessional where, you know, it's like sitting in front of the producer.
That is Brad Pitt, right? The Brad Pitt meme. That's who that is, right? I'm pretty sure that's him or whoever, you know, outside smoking a cigarette.
And she goes, yeah, when she first said sorry to me, I was like, huh? Did she just say sorry? But my second reaction was like, it's fine. You know, I felt like I'd grown up in that moment.
Wow. And she's older, right? She's not like
She's
20.
middle-aged, yeah.
Right.
She's definitely too old for this shit, okay? So then all the other celebrities, I don't know what it is, they're like applauding her. They're like, wow, you're like moving on. Finally, you're letting go of this. And she's like, yeah, because, you know, in the past, I would have been really sensitive about it, wondering like, are you making fun of me saying sorry on purpose? Like where I can hear it. And the first reaction, the instinct is like, she just said sorry. But then the next second, I'm like, they probably don't even mean it that way. Netizens just found the whole thing very awkward, very unbearable. People are like, the long original version is even more awkward than the short little clip that we saw. They're like, the difference before and after editing is actually worse when you watch the original clip. People are like, if you actually let go of this whole situation, which like, I don't even think that you have rights to be upset about the situation of someone using the word sorry, you wouldn't even say anything. Like, you wouldn't even bring it up. Netizens were genuinely baffled at how sensitive she is being about this entire thing. Honestly, she didn't even need to react. When the sorry incident first happened, people were just having fun with it. They were upset. I mean, I will say that there were probably some diehard fans of the celebrities who were super, super upset and like wanted her to, I don't know, choke on a bagel. But like most people were just like, this is so unprofessional. Like, please go educate yourself, go read your cue cards a little bit harder or something. But nobody was wanting her career to tank. Nobody wanted her to lose her job. But the more variety shows go on, people are like, maybe she is a really bad person. Maybe we don't even like her because she's bad at messing people's names up. Like, we don't know what it is. She just seems like an exhausting person to be around. You know Mai from the Stand By Me.
Oh, I just forgot that this whole thing is about her being toxic, right? Well, this is the biggest pick me, whatever about that. But the next video is about her being toxic, right? So I don't know why it even clicked to me that the fact could just be that she's being toxic. She's just a toxic person. That's why she keeps messing up everyone's name, why she keeps messing up even more stuff than just that, like the company's things, getting mad at people saying sorry, even though again that's probably the most pristine, perfect pronunciation of sorry that has ever been done and mankind will ever know. I mean, I'm joking, but still, like I love the sorry sound effect being used as a sound effect. I mean, it's because it's not a sound effect, as you're saying, but again, I love the sorry. I can't get that across enough. Now we're bringing up Mai. Now, what does Mai have to do with this now? Who's also a psychopath?
Divorce show, people say she gives Mai energy. Like just being around her is like an energy vampire where, you know, some people can be annoying. You might even put me in that category. Perhaps I'm annoying, right? But there are some people, it's like the only word is exhausting. You stand next to them and you're exhausted. It's not because they nonstop yap. It's like, oh my God, they're nonstop nagging, complaining, being hyper. Oh my goodness, like let's take a break for a second. That is Judan. Judan and her husband were on this show called Viva la Romance. And so it's like a celebrity couple show, right? And so she's talking to her husband in the car, and obviously it's GoPro'd up while they're driving, and there's like every angle. And she turns to her husband, and she goes, "What's that guy's name again?"
What's that guy's name again?
A different couple that they had met. She's like, "What's that guy's name again?" Right? And again, it's like not a big deal. You're just bad at names, which like I don't know why you're a celebrity host, but maybe that's why you're not a celebrity host anymore. But she's like, "What's that guy's name again?" Xiao Xiao. Why do I keep wanting to call him Xuan Xuan? It's okay. People will forgive you for not remembering.
你跟他叫啥？潇潇，我老想叫轩轩。没事，大家会原谅你记不住。
Like when he said this, it was very genuine. Of like, it's okay. Like if you don't forget, they're not gonna be.
Why does that guy look like one of the guys you've already seen on some other celebrity show? Like he looks like one of the bad guys on the other celebrity show, but maybe he just looks similar to that. Now, I'm assuming she's about to say that she's gonna get mad at him because he's like, as if he's like trying to instigate something, right? He's being mean, but he's just being maybe serious, like, oh, then they're not gonna care. It's no big deal, right? But then she's gonna take it as something else completely.
Upset with you, they're gonna forgive you even if you call them by the wrong name. It's fine. Judan is wearing sunglasses in this scene, and you can tell she whips her head at him. If her eyeballs, if her retinas could just shoot out lasers, he would have been incinerated. And she turns to him and says, "Apologize."
Sorry.
That's what all the netizens wanted him to say. They wanted him to turn around and go, "Sorry." But instead, she goes, "There are some things that other people can say, but you cannot say."
我以为道歉，有些话别人能说，就你不能。
What can he not say?
Like he can't make fun of her for, I guess.
Yeah, but he's her husband slash wife. Wait, what did I say? Wife, husband slash boyfriend is what I meant to say. If no one's allowed to, like, if anyone's allowed to say anything, wouldn't it be your significant other? Wouldn't that be the person who could actually super joke with you and get away with it? Question mark. Like, isn't that who should be allowed to do these kinds of things and not just some random stranger? Question mark. That's confusing. I think.
She thought he was making fun of her for her previous events of,
Oh.
but he wasn't. He genuinely wasn't. Like, read the room, girly pop,
What?
read the car. He was not. And so he just says, I'm sorry that I made you feel that I disrespected you. I apologize. You shouldn't torture yourself with things like this. You can't joke about this. You know I care about this a lot, which is why I'm secretly asking you so you can help me remember his name. But her husband is like, what do you mean ask me secretly? I mean, I can just tell the producers to edit this out later. Or like, what am I supposed to do? Whisper to you?
I can tell the producer to edit this out.
And like, the producers are like, keep it in.
100% we're editing it.
Don't you worry.
Put it on Douyin right now.
Do the trailer. Put this in the trailer.
Leak it.
Yeah. He's like, well, if you wanted to do it secretly, then you should do it secretly. But right now, like, we're all mic'd up and there's cameras everywhere. I don't think this is acting secretly. Whatever you're doing is being exposed to everyone. It's not just the two of us. I mean, yeah, it's the two of us in the car, but just think of it as like we're standing in front of 100 people right now, watching on a screen. I'm just saying. Okay, her husband is not being mean. Like, in this moment, I think if he had a tiny bit of sass, I wouldn't even have been mad. I would have been like, okay, I probably would have said it with a little bit more like...
He's like, hey, whatever you're about to say next, just remember, there's 100 people in front of us right now.
Honey, please,
We're
remember.
live. We're live.
So then this clip goes viral, and all the comments are like, her husband should have just said sorry. Others are saying, guys, her husband literally cannot apologize. That word is banned in their house. He doesn't even dare apologizing. Sometimes there are those...
Is this an ad? What was that? Are we about to roll into an ad? Because that was a weird transition. I just realized that what she was saying there. Like, if she gets mad at him, he can't apologize because he can't say sorry. I mean, of course he can apologize, but I mean, if this was the English, if they were speaking English language all the time, well, then it makes sense. But it is kind of like he can never use the word sorry ever again because she's too sensitive to it? Question mark. And it would be even worse if they were English speakers, like, naturally. Because then, like, what else? You just always say, I apologize, or whatever, whatever other words you would use. Like, you're no longer allowed to say, I'm sorry. You have to say, I apologize for my actions, or something like that. Question mark. Also, is this an ad, Stephanie? You hitting us with an ad? You know how hard it is for me to skip through an ad in VR?
moments, you know, when you have to put some earbuds in and open up a private tab in peace and quiet when everybody else in the house is dead asleep to watch.
This is surfshark.com/MOTS, which I'm guessing is moral of the story. Code moral of the story, which is MOTS, for 4 extra months? Question mark. What happened there? Let's try to skip forward there. Yep, Surfshark. Again, surfshark.com/moral of the story.
Go to surfshark.com/mots and use code
Well, I should say MOTS. I keep saying moral of the story, but surfshark.com/MOTS.
mots at checkout to get 4 extra months. Surfshark VPN.
Egg.
But a lot of people were upset because, I mean, Judan is a celebrity at the end of the day. Then they're just commenting, Judan, I'm telling you, seriously, shut the fuck up. Like, everybody's lives are a mess. Have you seen the economy? We don't have time to keep dwelling on this tiny little incident of yours. Just let it go. We're here for entertainment. Everybody has moved on. Nobody has time. Just let it go. You're weird. You're so weird for making this your whole personality. On other shows, Judan openly admits that the entire...
Is she about to break? It looks like she's about to break down here. Question mark. I was also going to say, and I keep talking about this. What was it I was going to say? I can't remember. Let me just keep playing and I'll come back to it.
Her name incident became trauma for her. It was like psychological trauma. She said, I never imagined that one day my career would end because I said people's names wrong. And again, it's like very woe is me.
Yeah.
Because like I'm sure there was trauma getting canceled, but like she could have phrased it as like I really messed up and I'm learning a lot from it. But like she's like, for a long time, people were afraid of offending me. So in 2024, my husband and I joined the show called Viva La Romance. And at the beginning, I couldn't remember other people's names. So I asked my husband to remind me, and he said, everyone will forgive you. He didn't mean harm, but at that moment, I just felt hurt. Like I felt like all that trauma had been trapped in my heart for years. And then she says, and then came my really close friend, Shi Meng Yao. Oh yeah, okay, so she's the Victoria's Secret model.
Oh yeah.
I love her. Okay, she's the one, I'm just gonna say it because it's relevant to this. She is like the hot supermodel, gorgeous. She fell one time. And the way she fell was beautiful. Genuinely. I thought it was poetic. Like if you just had a poetic song, it's like an angel falling, but then getting back up, right? But she brings it up. Judan. She's like, so then I was talking to my dear friend, supermodel, Shimenya. And at the time I was terrified to bring up the topic with her because I assumed she felt fear around the topic. Which like if people feel fear around talking to you about your mistakes, maybe you're kind of scary. But she says that the model told her, you know, I fell, but I still had to get up. In that moment, I finally let go. I realized that sometimes it's not just a matter of being brave enough. Stepping through that door wasn't as hard as I thought because as it turns out, the door was never locked to begin with. First of all, nobody knows what the f she's talking about, okay? And second of all, people are actually really upset with her for bringing up the supermodel's fall on the Victoria's Secret runway. That was years ago, and that was very different. So Judan was a repeated mistake that she chose to commit over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Mingxi, when she felt,
Yeah, I mean, she chose to make, if she's being toxic, right? But what if she literally cannot remember people's names? Then it's her fault, but not as severely as I think we're trying to say, right? Because if she literally cannot remember people's name, that's a different story than her doing it on purpose, right? Also, the thing I wanted to say was like, this probably also gives you old 90s, maybe even 2000s, because they were just doing in 2000 where you had a camcorder. Let me see if I can get this thing to grip. Yeah, a camcorder, you know, like this. And this is how you would pirate movies, like back in the day, where someone would come into the theater with a camcorder and try to be inconspicuous and record the video like this. I'm assuming this gives that kind of vibes, right? Though the clarity should be at least slightly better. I don't know. Is casting like this? I don't know how good it looks. I think it actually looks meh. I'm not really sure. I'd have to wait and look at the video once it's done. But I'm assuming this gives camcorder in the theater vibes. And if you're too young to have experienced that, well, then here you go. This is what this would have been like. Not necessarily, but this is all you get now. Camcorder in the theater experience.
people call her Mingxi. I think that's her stage name. That was like her. Okay, but Mingxi, when she fell, she was cyberbullied by a lot of people. So first of all, a lot of people in America were making fun of her, and then a lot of people in China were saying that she was representing China and she fell, and that caused her to be. I'm gonna cry. I'm so annoyed. But that caused her to be cyberbullied. Like it was bad. It's crazy because I think I was reading somewhere those wings weigh like 80 pounds.
Wow.
They're all
Really?
yeah. I think her wings were like 80 pounds. She's probably 80 pounds herself.
Yeah.
It's just like impossible. And like someone fell. Is it really a reason to bully someone? Like if anyone's having the worst time after falling, it's her. I don't know why people are acting like she did something to them. Anyway, to bring that up was very unprofessional. People said that she did it on purpose to be like, well, don't focus on my mistakes. Remember her viral mistake? Let's point the attention there. Mingxi was also on the same show, Viva La Romance, with her husband. Her husband is like a billionaire. Oh yeah, they run Macau. They like ran all the casinos in Macau, which is like Vegas. They were
You should do an episode on them.
yeah, they're actually really cute because I was
They're
seeing glimpses of them. Yeah, they're really cute. And he's a super nepo baby, but he seems really intelligent.
Apparently he's a genius.
Yeah,
like certified genius.
He's not giving like Jackie. He's giving like more chill, but like more serious, but very smart. And she's very smart. It seems like they make a good couple.
Honey, we gotta do an episode on Water Bro. Water Bro.
No,
Water
I'm
Bro?
not doing Water
Okay,
Bro.
guys, please.
I don't know who this is. Who is this person? Water Bro? Question mark? I've never heard of or have seen this person before. Like, who is this? Oh, I just skipped. Again, hold on, let me get back. I'll cut to when I get back. All right, we're back in. Again, don't know who this Water Bro guy is. I guess I should like just like double click on the front of the video. It doesn't work. Let me just go.
Water Bro.
Water
Okay,
Bro.
guys,
It is hard to
please
control
let
this.
me know if you guys want an episode on Stephanie cover Water Bro. So let me give you the lore.
Oh my
like,
God.
In like 10 seconds.
Guys, hold on. I'm so sorry.
By the way, she hasn't uploaded in 2 weeks? Question mark. Like the second part of this video is the last video that she did, I think, and that was 2 weeks ago. So, who knows what she's doing right now? Question mark.
I had to hear about Water Bro for like 2 years straight, I think.
No,
I genuinely,
no.
at one point, I was like, do you love Water Bro? No, okay, continue.
So in China, there's these genius competition shows. Literally just like geniuses. They compete with each other. When I say genius, I'm talking about they looking at 100 peach tree dish of water. And they need to look at all of them and tell them apart.
But how does that correlate with being a genius?
Because you have to use different methods.
I see.
Find pattern, and the peach tree dish are exactly the same. The water is the same. Amount of water is the same. He's known for this, called Water Bro, because he will look at 100 dishes and he's like, that's the one. His most infamous one was someone brings a peach dish of water in front of his face. He stares at it. They bring it back into like 100, I don't even know, 100, maybe 500 dishes. And he walks over, just his eye scanning the lines, and he goes, that one. And that's the one. Like, dude, it's insane. Insane.
He has a cool house.
His house is insane. His house has like...
It's insane unless it's staged. Question mark, right? Because they can just be like, oh yeah, you got it right. Yay, you got it right. Like, hello? isn't that what could have just happened instead of actually him just
No more than
figuring it out?
Aquarian. His house has a freaking like a jungle, like it has everything. It has a freaking jungle. It has like ancient plants. It has like dinosaur bones. There's a whole ecosystem growing inside. It's crazy.
Okay.
Like, the guy's not human.
Okay, I will do water, bro, just for you.
Anyways, the reason I say him is because apparently this guy, the husband of the model, was on that show as well. So he's also a very, very smart person. I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Model. That's what I'm gonna call him. He's like he's a billionaire, but whatever. He's Mr. Model. He's Mr. Victoria's Secret model to me, okay? Dude then is like, yeah, well, she fell down and she told me she had to get up. Whereas all the netizens are so upset by this because they're like, hey, so basically what happened was that she fell down, she got back up, everybody bullied her for years, and she never got dramatic about it, even then. Like, she was cyberbullied, and she never made it her whole personality. You can't remember people's names. Just remember them. It's not that hard. How can someone be so sensitive? Like, no one is afraid of offending you, and no one thinks it's that big of a deal. The problem is you. If people are scared to talk to you about it, the problem is you. So all the netizens are just so upset about this. Like, these are the things that they're commenting. People are saying, like, you and her fall aren't even on the same degree. Like, what are you talking about? It's been like 5 or 6 years since the incident. Stop fucking talking about the incident. And then probably the worst thing happens. On the reality show, people notice that she has a preference for sons over daughters. This is actually a highly sensitive issue in China, or really like anywhere, even in Korea, but also like in China, because when you get pregnant in China,
I don't know what she means. Just that she wants a son? Question mark. Is that what she means by that?
at this point, it's still illegal to get an ultrasound for the sex of your child because they're during one-child policy. Anyway, the lore is deep. I don't think I'm smart enough to touch on it, or at least not right now, right? But the lore is very deep. There in Korea, it's similar. There's a lot of traditionally sons have been preferred over daughters. Okay, I do think that the tides are changing these days in East Asia, but they were viewed as more beneficial to the family, better this, better that. Like they get the last name, so the bloodline carries on. Whatever yippee yap you want to talk about. Weird. Some people even developed the mindset that raising daughters was a waste of money because you are essentially spending your resources to raise someone else's future wife and daughter-in-law. So they always think that the daughter marries away into someone else's family.
So you're raising someone else's daughter is the
like,
old school mindset, yeah.
Really weird because it's like, where is your daughter going? Like it's the great old age of 2026. If that's how you feel, you should never talk to her again because like, what do you mean, where is she going? It doesn't make sense. And so it came to the point where a lot of families would name their daughters Jiaodi, Kandi, or Laidi. So
Okay,
D
what does
means
that mean?
younger brother, like this,
D,
yeah, it means younger brother. And then the first character, they would choose things that would symbolize like calling for, hoping for, looking for. So like some
Wow.
daughters' names would literally be, if you go by the Chinese symbols, like hoping for a brother, wishing for a brother.
Oh, 找地, like, wow.
Oof.
There
That
was-
is some crazy shit. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, there was apparently a family that went viral who had 9 daughters, and all of them were named like hoping for a brother, wishing for a son, dreaming of a son, thinking of a son, welcoming a son.
That's so sad.
Yeah, and it's crazy. And it's crazy because in Korea, it's like this new thing where it's like everybody wants a son until you have a son and you have a daughter, and then you get a little bit older and your daughter is the one coming over to take care of you, and your son never calls you and like doesn't give a shit about you, and then everyone is like, maybe I should have been nicer to my daughter. So it's like, what's happening? I mean, that's not obviously all sons. But like, damn, I just see people getting mad at me all the time. So
But that's a sentiment right now, yeah.
yeah, in Korea, and like that's like, oh, did you guys catch in the Singles Inferno? Like one of the guys was like, oh, I'm like a 딸 같은 아들, which is like I'm a son who behaves like a daughter. So that's like a thing where it's like you really care for your parents because people in Korea associate daughters for having really strong familial bonds and like responsibility for their parents, whereas sons they're like, oh, 엄마 됐어, 전화하지 마, and then they hang up. And you're like, what? That's what you wanted so bad? So all I'm saying, it's a very touchy subject, and especially if you have a mainstream celebrity presenting that type of values, they're so quick to get canceled. Even a sniff, a whiff of that type of favoritism,
I
people
love
are
it.
sensitive to
Because
it.
like that's like the norm back in the days,
Yeah.
right? And today, the new age, we are so disgusted by that now.
Yeah.
So it's like to see that on TV from a celebrity,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's really, and she's crazy about it. So on Viva La Romance, she talks about how she has an older daughter and she has a younger son. And she says that she pushed her younger son a year ahead in school so that he could be in the same class as her daughter. So her daughter is in a mixed age, like preschool, kindergarten class, mixed age. So that means could be 2 years old up to like 5 years old, 6 years old, right?
Okay.
And she did that so that the daughter couldn't take care of their son. And she's like, our son is almost 3 years old now. Our daughter has always been the responsible one. She can handle a lot. Since our son is starting kindergarten, it's his sister who brings him in. And we arranged it on purpose this way so
Confusing statement. Our daughter has always been the responsible one. Question mark. Isn't she older? Also, isn't she a child? What do you mean, like, a responsible one? I mean, what?
that they would be in the same class. It's a mixed age class. So the older sister can look after her younger son at school. This way we can also shorten that crying stage.
Sure.
And Judan says this as like she's so proud of her parenting techniques, as if she learned this. Like people are gonna be like, oh my god, you should write a parenting book. But the other couples are looking at her confused to the
Yeah.
point where it goes viral. A screenshot of the Nepo baby, Mr. Victoria's Secret model. Okay, the screenshot of him goes viral, and all of the comments are like, the wealthy heir was surprised because he's just looking like, what? Is she-" And like if
That is a
anyone
good
is probably
picture.
in that, like could be in a traditional mindset where it's like all about the heir, because like who cares about bloodline?
And that is a great picture that they got out of that.
Unless you're a billionaire, who cares about legacy unless you're a billionaire, I guess. Like, no one really cares. No one has a legacy, really.
Yeah.
Like, who even are we? We're just on like a floating ball of mass in the solar system. Who cares? If anybody cares, maybe the evil Murdochs, like, they care. And he looks at her like, what? I've never heard such a thing.
Really?
He's looking at her like, this cannot be real right now.
Yeah.
But she keeps going. She thinks the looks are like of amazement.
They're like, whoa.
They're like, I've never heard such a thing before. And she's like, you know, it's amazing. She feeds him as well.
If the son is 5, the daughter is a couple years older, right?
The son is like 3. The daughter's like 5.
That's insane.
When she carries
5 is like
yeah.
Sophie's age.
Yeah, like when she carries her little brother, it's almost like watching a mother hold her son.
And she's barely like getting her cognition, but we'll use the word cognition in, because like I feel like most people don't remember anything beyond 4 or 5. Yeah, before 4 or 5, right? So just like looking around, just to look around. Like everything before that, she's not gonna remember, but like her first memories are gonna be her taking care of her younger brother, right? Which I don't know if that's gonna be what that is gonna be like. I'm just like staring at the detail now. Yeah, that's just what I was thinking about. Like, oh, really, she's 5, so she basically has like no memories before this point, and there she's gonna start getting memories of just like taking care of her brother her entire life.
That's some crazy verbiage.
When netizens
Calling a 5-year-old mother?
Yeah. People
Yeah,
were
that's also
so
crazy as well.
furious. Like, I think all of us have some sort of trauma with this, okay? First of all, mixed age classes do exist, but the thing that bothered people was her intention. It's not like, oh, mixed age classes.
What does mixed age classes even mean? Like, if you go to class, I guess this is like preschool, but I don't know what she means by mixed age classes. Oh, mixed age. I was thinking like mixed genders for some reason. I was like, they're always mixed together unless you're in like a all girl or all boys school. But mixed age class, like I don't know why the word age was just like not coming to me at all. Question mark. Just taking a peek over there. And I can't tell how like what this looks like, what y'all can see, because you know it probably like what ends like around here somewhere. I don't know what y'all can see. I can see so much more of this room than y'all can, because it's just cutting out a rectangle from my vision, but you know I have 2 lenses of field of vision that I'm looking through to see. So I feel like you're only getting 60%, maybe even less than like 60%, 50% of what I can see. So I don't know how good this looks. I wish you could see like the whole screen and some of the chairs, just so you're not just staring at a screen. It might as well just be the video, right? So yeah, hopefully you can see a lot more than that. Yeah, I don't know why I was confused on the mixed age thing, and just was not registering the word age there.
Are good for A, B, C, D, and age, right? She only arranged it so that her daughter could take care of their younger son. And also, isn't the daughter there to learn? Like, she's not supposed to be responsible for caring for her younger brother. She's supposed to be learning. She has her own life. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then also, people are saying, like, is the younger brother entering kindergarten with a built-in personal maid? Like, what is happening right now?
Yep.
And even more confusing is people are like, wait, maybe this could make more sense. I don't think it's fair, but it could make more sense if we're talking about like a middle class family where it's like everybody's working, no one has money for childcare, and sometimes the older sibling is in charge of taking care of the little sibling.
Yeah, so that's just normal, I feel like. But no, this is like with a bunch of like filthy rich people? Question mark. If we can say that.
Is it okay? Probably not, because so many people grow up with so much trauma and it's like parentification, right? But they're saying, you're a celebrity. You have so much resources. Why are you doing this? Like, you're literally choosing to do this.
Clearly, the favoritism is crazy.
Yeah. And she says, you know, the other day I got a video of my daughter taking care of my son. And I actually cried. I kept thinking like, wow, she loves him. Like, it's so good. And so she's like, you know, my daughter will even complain about how my son is pulling her hair. And she just loves our son so much. Sometimes he'll even wake his older sister up by pulling her hair. And, you know, the daughter's so responsible. She'll come up to me and she'll say, Mom, you really need to educate him. He just yanks my hair the whole time. And she's like saying it so lovingly, you know, and she's like, you know, one time he even pulled out 2 pieces of hair and it hurt so bad. But the way she's saying it, it's like she's so proud. She's proud of her son for ripping out her daughter's hair. She looks happy. All the netizens are like, how is she laughing right now? Why is she proud? What's happening? And then some people were just blunt in the comments commenting, I don't like you. You're just someone who prefers sons over daughters. You're a woman and this is embarrassing. You should stop coming out on television. It's disgusting. Netizens are not having any of it. She also would show favoritism towards men, her fellow colleagues. Huh? Okay, so
Oh yeah.
Okay.
no, it's crazy. Okay, so there's this variety show.
I was like wondering where the title came from. Also, is that not like who is this right here? You see that this is this? I mean, I don't think it is. It just looks like another guy who's from the other reality stuff that we've done. Can we see anyone? I'm not gonna be able to. I'm gonna have like face blindness. I'm not going to see anybody familiar, right? There's probably people in here that are familiar, but I don't know who they are. Question mark, right? This looks like that one guy, but I think it's not him. But yeah, because we had on the thumbnail, I prefer boys, I think, and then it has like on the top it says "Don't pick me." Um, I didn't know what that was gonna be. I thought like I prefer boys because we're using the word boys, even though I would rather use the word girls usually as well. Maybe she was talking about like young males question mark, but I'm guessing she just in this context already we can assume that she prefers working with men. I'm going to make the assumption is what that statement means, which is where we get to the pick me point. But again, it's a kind of can a pick me be someone who has a husband? Question mark. Like because if you already been quote unquote picked, question mark, is it pick me behavior to be like I only like doing stuff with boys? Question mark. I'm not like defending or anything. I'm just like trying to figure out that analysis. Also, we're gonna move over here because I said we're gonna keep moving around. Just get different angles throughout the day. And we can do whatever we want, right? So theater all to ourselves.
Called Wonderland, and it has approximately 15 celebrities, and they split up into groups of 5. And it's like, okay, so the whole concept is nowadays everybody lives in their apartment in solitude, especially in China where delivery is cheaper. People will get food delivered, they'll get groceries delivered, they don't have social interactions, and even when they go outside, everything is efficient, so you're not sitting there having small talk with random strangers, you barely hang out with your friends, everything is online. So they bring these 15 celebrities, and the whole thing is like they're gonna make a little town. So there's a town center, there's like a town mayoral office, and then the celebrities all live in their own houses, so it's like 5 celebrities a house, and they all have to find ways to make money and find businesses. Like they have to create their own little ecosystem, and it's supposed to be really cute. And they travel to different regions of China and they highlight the culture over there, and it's like experiencing life firsthand. So in Judan's group, she had herself, Sister Jing, which is another female celebrity, and then she has 2 young male celebrities. They're like 25, right? And then she has the youngest one in the group. So Judan is 44, Sister Jing is 53, and the 2 male celebrities are 25 and 28. So they're younger than Sister Jing and Judan, but they're not like babies. And then the youngest one is Ouyang Didi.
Ouyang Didi.
So
Okay.
she is the youngest. She's 20 years old.
Wait, Ouyang Didi, is she related to Ouyang Nana? Oh,
Ouyang Didi.
oh, okay, so it is the sister of another.
Oh, that's Ouyang Hana's sister?
Right, I guess.
Okay,
I
okay.
guess, yeah.
So Ouyang Didi, she's the youngest. She's like the baby of the group. She's like 20. So she is like maknae, is what we call it in Korean, like baby of the group. Because I mean, the age differences are a lot. Anyway, every time Judan calls another female, another woman, because it's like I want to call her a girl, another girl on the show by their full name, she'll say their full names. She'll be like, Ouyang Didi, come here. But then when she talks to the 2 younger male celebrities, she calls them like, younger brother, come here. Younger brother, come here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then like it's weird because Didi is the youngest. Didi
Like how much is that just like normal in the normal culture though? Though I think she's obviously trying to play favorites, I guess, right? 'Cause I think I mentioned it before. Like you see it in like Japanese stuff a lot of times, where referring to someone as Oji-san, Oji-san, or One-san, and whatnot, depending on who you're talking about. Which is like, dad, uncle, brother, sister, etc. And it's just part of the culture. Instead of just saying like, "Hey," like what do we use in like English? I think you can do this, but not exactly the same. Like what would it be? Old man. You would just call someone, "Hey, old man," but or I guess grandma and grandpa is the closest you would do, which I think they would probably do that in Japan too. Is yeah, anyone who's an old person, you would call them grandma, a grandma or grandpa, even if they aren't your grandma or grandpa. Question mark. We don't call each other brother, sister, mom, dad, though, unless it's like a joke or trying to be like an insult, like, okay, mom, when someone's trying to, like pester you when they're not your mom, is like they're treating you like they are your mom. So that you would call them that or something like that. But that's it. Also, I just want to point out, is this not like incredibly steep? Like you don't have the depth perception that I do for this, but this seemed like this is a huge slant down. Also, look at that stain. It's a horrible stain there and right there. Like massive stain. Very dirty rug. But yeah, this seems like you can skate down this on a skateboard. I feel like is how steep that is. I know I haven't been to a theater in a long time, but like Jesus Christ.
is 20.
So she shows this like motherly care
Yes.
to these male celebrities who are 28.
Yeah.
Okay.
28.
And then someone who's actually like
Young.
only 20, she doesn't show that motherly care. I see.
And the group is cooking together, and Sister Jing originally makes this huge pot of like chicken soup for the young kids. I'm just gonna call them young kids even though they're not kids because they keep referring to them as young kids, right? Before they even set the table though, Judan announces outright, because it's a chicken. How many drumsticks are in a chicken?
Is that a trick question? 2?
I hope so, right? 2, okay? And she immediately announces, before the table is even set, that the 2 drumsticks are reserved for the 2 younger brothers. And then the
That's
chicken
weird.
wingtips.
Oh, also context. In China, drumstick are the best part of the chicken. In America are the wings, right?
Yeah.
We love chicken wings.
Yeah.
In China, chicken drumstick.
I like drumsticks, question mark. So I guess I'm on that wavelength. But yeah, I feel like drumsticks is fine. That's probably a very childish mindset. I don't know if anyone feels the same way about that, about how China, I guess, apparently feels that the drumstick is the best. But sorry about that, I had to cut. But yeah, the drumsticks. I don't know if it seems childish, because I feel like the fact that I like drumsticks is a childish reason, or I like them because of a childish reason. It's because they're easier to eat than a wing or breast or whatever, right? So that's why I liked drumsticks as a kid, which is why that probably still lingers. Though I did recently find, are they the wings? Is that what a wing looks like? I don't know. I think that's a wing, right? Figure out the hack to just eat a wing in one go? Question mark. I was like, oh, maybe these aren't too bad. I don't like touching food like that to begin with, like getting my hands all dirty. But I think the wings are probably okay now. I probably like, it's so annoying to try to eat this, but it might actually be pretty good now, because I tried it recently. I was like, oh yeah, you can like do it in one go and not have to worry about it. But you know what I'm talking about? It's not just like putting it in all in one. It's like you grab, so there's 2 bones, right? And it's like this, right? Let's say the bones are like that in this shape. You're grabbing like the end of one bone like that and the end of the other with your hands, and then putting it in your mouth and then ripping the bones from either direction, and that causes the bones to slide out of the wing on both ends perfectly, and just leaving all the meat, like all the meat in your mouth. So try that if you haven't tried that before. But yeah, was a drumstick guy, probably still am, but I think wings are now okay, question mark. But I didn't really consider America to be one or the other. It's just like whatever your preference is. But I guess America's a wing place, and I guess apparently China's a drumstick place.
Why?
People, it's like, I don't know. That's the first thing I noticed.
Oh,
drumstick got really good meat.
No, it's because it's probably braised. Because in Korea, when we have like
Oh,
paprika,
braised. Yes,
the
yes.
drumstick is the high value.
Yummy, yeah.
But fried chicken, the wing is high value.
Okay, that makes sense
Yeah.
now. So in America, wings.
Everything's
China,
fried, yeah.
drumsticks. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the best part.
If it's braised, boiled, I think drumstick is better.
Yeah,
Even
okay.
baked, I think drumstick is better.
Yeah.
But like chicken wing, like fried.
No, braised. Ooh,
Yeah.
oh.
you literally just ate 2. You're so funny. Okay, so she says the 2 drumsticks will be for the 2 younger brothers, and the chicken wings will be for Sister Jing and Ouyang Didi.
世间给静姐和欧阳弟弟吃。
Immediately, Sister Jing is like, when we were younger, whoever is the most favored would get the drumsticks.
我们小的时候也是，被看中的人都吃鸡腿。
Judan says, yeah, but the younger brothers are still growing.
哎呀，弟弟们长身体。
没有吧？我都已经停止发育了。
Yeah, but aren't they like the youngest out of them too, right? Under the the oldest? Like, aren't the other women the young ones and the men are the old ones? Question mark. I'm pretty sure that's what was said, right? Of how this is playing out? Question mark. Also, we got what, 40 minutes left? We're barely halfway through the video now.
Okay, they're 25 and 28. Okay. I mean, everyone's still growing. I'm still growing sideways. Everybody's growing all the time, right? But even the guys are taking apart that they're like, no, I stopped growing a long time ago. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm not growing. And also, if the concept is it needs to go to the ones that are growing for nutrition, Didi is 20. She's like the most likely to still be growing. Her frontal cortex, her frontal lobe has not fully developed yet. She's actually still growing.
Yeah.
Sister Jing points it out and is like, do you love boys a lot? Yeah. Like,
Yeah? She said yeah?
No, she's like, get it together. Like, you're showing gender bias. She's like,
oh.
do you love boys a lot? But Judan goes, me? Yeah, a little bit.
Sorry.
Sorry. She doesn't even bother hiding her bias, and netizens are so confused at how a famous celebrity host fails to pick on everyone's obvious hints. Even the male celebrities are like, I don't want to get involved.
I mean, it is like the classic, I'm not like other girls, but I mean, some people just are like that. You know, she could be a tomboy. I mean, she doesn't look like one, but maybe she's a tomboy, so she wants to hang out with boys. And then you got guys who want to hang out with girls? Question mark. I mean, you could argue that all guys would hang out with girls, right? If they could, um, have their choice of hanging out with guys, a bunch of guys or a bunch of girls, they probably choose a bunch of girls. I mean, unless they're um gay, but I feel like even then you would still maybe like want to hang out with a bunch of girls. I don't know. I mean, it depends on the person at the end of the day. So I don't know. But again, I know we're trying to say she's a pick me, but sure. But it also could be like I'm not other girls, but of course she is. You look up there, 44. I don't know if you can see it there. You should be able to see it there. 44 years old. So, um, it is a bit late to be acting like I'm not like other girls. But I mean, maybe that personality never changes. Like, why? If it's your personality, it might not change, and you just want to hang out with guys all the time. Question mark.
In this conversation because I'm
Or
not trying to get
favoritism.
canceled.
Yeah.
So they're like,
Have
I'm
you?
not growing. And then one of them is like, I'm so scared of my own fan base. If I have kids someday, I really hope I have a daughter. So,
Wait, he said that?
Yes.
On that spot?
yeah. And everyone is
Wow.
scrambling to save her, to like give her openings too of like, oh yeah, me too. I love my daughter most or something, right? But she doesn't. And so he's like, I hope that I have a daughter if I have a kid one day. And this is like a great opening for Judan to be like, you know what? I do love boys, but I don't love anyone like I love my daughter. Like girls rule the world, power, right? But she goes, oh, well, of course, that's just how it goes, right? Opposites attract. So people are like, what does that even mean?
Whoa.
Netizens are left even more speechless because like, who are you, first of all, to decide who gets the chicken? Is that your chicken? Are you the chicken? The way that she waltz in and is like, I'm gonna just dictate who gets what piece of the food is just weird. And then she casually hands the best parts to
It's weird that another reality show is centered around chicken. Because didn't we have like this whole chicken fiasco in the one with Mai and all those people? And now we're back full circle again to another chicken fiasco.
two guys, says that they're still growing, and then when one of them is like trying to do something to make up for her abysmal male pandering, she's like, opposites attract? What does that even
Yeah.
mean?
Wow.
These are your kids. Like, what do you mean opposites attract? It doesn't make sense.
She doesn't think it's wrong either.
No.
I think, right?
Yeah, and so finally, Sister Jing is like, but boys are difficult to raise and they get sick so easily. Immediately, Judan is like, my daughter is the one that's always sick.
Right.
My son rarely gets sick. And while all of this is happening, Oyang Didi was not in the room. So Didi was not in the room. She didn't hear any of this. She finally walks back in. Everybody is drinking the chicken soup. And Judan goes, Oyang Didi, you can also come eat. And people are now just annoyed at Judan. So they're picking on everything. What do you mean also? What do you mean
Yeah.
also?
Yeah.
She deserves to eat. Like, who are you to say you can also come eat?
I was gonna say, like, what do you mean also? Like, aren't you all supposed to be eating together? Question mark.
So then finally at the end, one of the male celebrities scoops out a drumstick out of the pot and then plops it onto Didi's bowl. So they're like, not today.
Yeah.
Not today. You think that I'm gonna be called chicken boy? I don't think so. That's reserved for somebody else.
Smart. They call it like children, like the survival instinct kicks in. All of their survival instinct kicks in. I'm surviving this one.
It's like every holidays with families. They're just saying crazy. You're like, I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta navigate my own life, okay? No matter how you look at this, like, there's no way that you can see Judan in a good light. Netizens are so upset. They're like, I feel like she's the type of mother-in-law to see her daughter-in-law as a rival and then try to sleep in between them, literally in their bed, sandwiched in between them. It doesn't make any sense. And then also, why does she split the food? Does she think that she is their mother? And people were even more upset because people, I don't know if this is speculation, but netizens were saying Oyang Didi. Didi literally means younger brother in Mandarin. So people were worried that her parents named her that, hoping for a younger brother. Then that would have just been like extra shitty. But like, we don't know if that's true. But
I mean, why would her name be that if it wasn't what they are trying to go for, right? It feels like, why would you name your daughter that if that's not the reason she's named that? Also, we're just gonna go up here in the corner. Maybe here? Yeah. Let's get no more angles. Question mark. Yeah, like I feel like it's really weird to name someone that unless that's what you were going for. I'm just gonna no. Because it doesn't make sense that that's even an acceptable name to name somebody is younger, or I want a boy, I want a girl. That just seems like weird and not even possible as something someone would do. And yet here we are with these names actually meaning that. Unless they have just multiple meanings, they can mean whatever you want. You know, like in Japanese where the kanji using X kanji to mean this, even though it means something different. Like, I don't know if it works that way, right?
everyone thinks that as a public figure, she needs to convey the correct values, at least for something like this. Like, she doesn't have to sit there and be like, here's what I think about life, and you should live like this, but just be a good person. Just be a decent person, especially if you're on a reality show where you're talking about your personal life frequently. Like, it's very strange. And you are like the opposite of an independent woman. It doesn't make any sense. And she starts selling a bunch of skin products on her live streams after this show goes viral and she blows up for being a male pandering woman. And female netizens start protesting and they just start spamming the chat saying, oh, skincare, sell it to the boys that you love so much. Oh yeah, that's what we thought. Okay, you're not getting our girl money. That's too shitty for you. And this was just one of the outrageous moments from the show Wonderland. There's so many crazy moments. So on the first day that everybody arrives, they get divided into different groups and dorms. They're all given a certain amount of money, which would be used towards their meal, rent, activities, daily expenses. The celebrities also have to find a way to make cash along the way, so they got to set up businesses. And as I mentioned earlier, it's 5 people. And on the first day, they have tons of food already stocked. The pantry is stocked inside the house. However, Judan takes the 3 younger kids to go grocery shopping without telling Sister Jing. Sister Jing is the oldest. And they spend way more than they were budgeting for. They get back, Sister Jing is stressed out, and she's screaming, 80 coins? 80 coins? Like, we haven't even talked about how we're gonna make money yet. Like, what do you mean 80 coins?
What's 80 coins?
I guess they like use coins,
Oh,
you know?
70。
And so Sister Jing and Judan are like getting, okay, Judan is the one that took the younger kids grocery shopping. And like technically if she wants to be like, oh, the younger boys are still growing, then that means you are the older person and you need to be more responsible if that's your theory, even though everyone is an adult.
Yeah.
So that she doesn't take responsibility. She just like walks over to Sister Jing's side and she's like, yeah, we gotta figure out how to make money. It's like, okay. So then every time someone brings up an idea, the 3 young kids, Sister Jing and Judan just keep shutting it down, especially for Didi. I don't know why Didi was like, I don't know why Didi was suggesting this, but I don't know why they just kept shutting her ideas down. But Didi was suggesting like maybe they could start like a girl boy group. You know, or they could make some merch for Wonderland, and like if that sells, they could do. And right away, Judan and Sister Jing are like, I think the merch idea is very.
What is a girl boy group? What do you mean, like a band? Question mark. Like, what do you mean girl boy group? If I hear that, I just think like you're trying to make like a music band. Is that what they mean by that? Question mark. Or what? What does that mean?
Good, but the band thing is not super reliable. Like it doesn't even make any sense. Like the way that they were so aggressively shutting her down, she starts crying.
Oh wow.
It was just really mean. Like they won't even let her talk. And usually when people bring up ideas that you don't like, you're like, oh, that's a really good idea. Like maybe we should think of all the ideas and then we can come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Like you're not like, that's a dumbass idea.
Who are you to say it's a dumb idea?
Exactly. What if it's a great idea? I would love to watch a group, like a girl group with just Didi. So I guess it's solo, but whatever. So they're just shutting her down, and the whole time it's like. I'm trying to find the right way of describing it. When Judan is shutting Didi down, it's not like I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe we'll keep thinking. It's like almost like the attitude of, why would you even suggest that idea? It's like very suffocating. Like, okay, like I'll just like shut up.
Yeah.
Like it's very like a lot. Like, why would you even think of that idea? I don't know. It's just okay, but like you think that would work? It's like I don't know. It's just thinking. You told me to think, and I'm thinking, and obviously it's not working. But like, what do you want me to do about it? Also, they're sucking the fun out of it. It's the same thing Mai did. It's really not that serious. Like you're not gonna starve to death. The producers are not gonna be responsible for you starving to death. You're gonna be fine. Okay? You don't have to be so aggressive and bully people. And the second that Didi starts crying, Judan flips, and she goes, Didi, what's wrong? It's okay. Mommy's here to stand up for you.
妈妈在，妈妈给你撑腰。
So she takes all of them shopping. She overspends. Sister Jing gets riled up. Judan gets riled up with Sister Jing. And then the minute Didi starts crying, she's like, I will protect you. As if Sister Jing is the bad guy the whole time. She's like, don't worry, Mommy's got you. I'll protect you.
Wow.
And all the comments are like, aren't you the one that made her cry? What are you talking about? And then there was another point where Sister Jing is talking about ideas of what to do for the show to make money. She's like, oh, well, you know, there were a lot of celebrities on this season that were in the past few seasons previously, and they already have businesses that were established in the past few seasons that they keep running every season. So like maybe we could try to team up with them in some way. Basically saying, let me think of a way that we can add value to their business so that they would want to partner with us. Like that is the nuance. She doesn't say it out loud, but that's what's implied, obviously. But Judan is like, oh, Sister Jing here wants to make money without doing any work. And everyone's like, why would you say that? That's just like weird. Why are you such a fucking pick-me?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what is wrong with you? Everyone's so confused. And every time you try to confront her about it, she's like, what do you mean? I didn't think that was a weird thing to say. And the crazy thing is, Sister Jing actually recognizes where she messes up. So she goes to sit down with Judan and she says, you know, I think earlier, I just get very anxious. Like I'm a very nervous personality. And so when you guys came back and overspent buying snacks, I just got super anxious. And when I get very anxious, I just become very aggressive. And I start expressing my ideas in a way that maybe is not the most productive. And I think especially with the younger ones, we have such a big age gap. And I just forgot about the age gap. I should have considered what kind of pressure my way of talking puts on these kids because they're just kids after all. So yeah, I think that I crossed the line. And
I was gonna say, like, what age gap are we talking about? But I think it's the main person that's talking, right? And she's again 44. I don't know how old she is in all this because we've probably gone over multiple years, right? And she must be in all of this. She must have just been in her 40s, and we're talking to like people in their 20s.
in this position, that was totally my fault. You know, I brought people unnecessary pressure and it was really immature. And so, you know, I'm like, I just feel like I failed really just severely in that part. And Judan is like,
Yes, you did.
are you saying I need to reflect on myself too?
Okay, so this is someone else talking. I don't know how old that person is. It wasn't even her. Like, I didn't think it was her, but I was like, just in case. Yeah, how old is the person talking compared to the 40-something-year-old main character, we'll call her for now, because I don't know her exact name. I don't want to say it. I messed it up.
Because I was just helping people sort things out. And Sister Jean is like, no, I'm talking to you because I wanted to share how I felt. It was about me. I interrupted Didi when she was talking, and I thought it was not going to work. And well, Didi was being pulled in different directions. Exactly, you know, she was being pulled in different directions, and she cried. And, you know, I think we have to wait for people to finish speaking before expressing opposing opinions. But I wasn't able to do that in that conversation. And I think that we kind of overstepped and crossed the line. I think these kids have their own idea. Yeah, we should let the kids spread their wings, huh?
This is crazy. It's like talking to a wood, huh?
Yeah. Literally drywall. And so they go and they, you know, Sister Jing apologizes to the younger ones, Didi, and she says, you know, I think if you want to even collaborate with other people from the other houses, I think you kids should feel free, because isn't that the whole point of coming here, is to let ourselves go? And
What do you mean other houses? There's more houses than this? Are they supposed to be pretending like they're in okay, I thought this would be a good spot next to the trash can, but this is like way too close. Are they supposed to be with a bunch of different people in a bunch of different houses? Is that the thing that's going on here? Question mark? Because I'm not like completely sure about the setup of this reality show. If it's like maybe a bunch of different little houses with celebrities in the houses, and then they can intermingle, I guess, with each other? Question mark?
socialize and be around people and be creative and be independent thinkers. And everyone was like, oh, like, this is a really good moment. Because Sister Jing, like, it seems like she was genuinely reflecting. And she came to them very humbly, like, okay, yeah, I fucked up. Like, I was much older here and I should have recognized where I messed up. And everyone's like, oh, this is great. And Judan adds in, Sister Jing is so different from afternoon to evening.
静姐下午到晚上怎么判若两人？
As if, like, she had nothing to do with what was happening, okay? Like, as if... She just gets so suffocating that the two boys, guys, men, adults, they don't even want to stick around. Once the meeting wraps up, they start going to hang out with their friends in the other houses. And, like, all the other houses, it's so sad. You can see how much fun they're having. So another business, like another house, they say, we started a pawn shop. And the two guys are like, what do you mean a pawn shop? They're like, that's our business. Okay, so here's the pawn shop. I pay you 10 coins, okay?
Yeah.
And you give me your smile. They're like, my smile? And you can't smile for the next 2 days. Every time you smile, you owe me 10 coins.
Oh.
And, like, the boys are like, you know, the guys are like,
I was like, hold up. Wait a minute. Like, it sounds cringe, but actually, like, just like how he's reacting, that's, you know what, hold up. That's pretty good. Question mark. Because I didn't know exactly what they're supposed to be doing. It's some sort of like silly thing they're supposed to be making. Are they supposed to be making a real thing in real life or what? But this pawn shop idea is obviously some sort of weird fabrication in this show. I was like, yeah, you know, that's pretty good.
this is fun. So they just buy into it because they're like, I mean, this is like the energy was so there and everyone is just being creative and all the other
That's so
celebrities in the
good.
other houses are like having a good time. Or sometimes you can pawn your left arm. So you just can't use your left arm for anything. And if you were caught using your left arm to even open the door handle or like catch your phone that's falling, you got to pay 10 cents to the pawn shop.
That's so good.
It's so good, right? You have to
Yeah.
pay a fine. It's such a fun, creative business idea that makes the show more interesting. Like everything about it is so cute. And then after they're having fun, they're like, what do you mean I can't smile? They exchange their little coins and then they're walking away. And as they're walking back home, the guys are like, do you want to go back home or do you want to stop by somewhere else? So then they stop by another house because they just like don't want to go back home. And when they get into that other house, Judan is there. You can just tell they look so disappointed to see her. Yeah, and all the captions are like, you can never escape the aunties, okay? And so, you know, they're happily trying to announce like, we just earned 30 coins because we pawned off our smiles and our arms. You know, they're like saying all these things. And Sister Jing, because she just went through moments of reflection, she's very encouraged. She's like, okay, how did you make 30 coins? That's crazy. Like, that's an interesting idea. Judan, very annoying. Oh my gosh, she stands up, lecturing. This is very dumb. You guys got scammed. That's called spending money. You really think that you can go a full day without, I mean, yeah, I think they could go a full day without smiling if you're around, okay?
Oof. Oof. You didn't have to kill her, Stephanie. Jesus Christ. But I feel like I can do that. Easy. I'm not smiling all day anyways. Loan me $1 million and I'll have to pay $1 billion back to you if I smile. I'll be a millionaire forever. I got you. I mean, I'm smiling during this video, but I can stop, right? Because I don't smile that much to begin with. Well, it's more like I don't laugh. If it was for laughing, then I got you. Smiling, never mind. Like, I rescind that statement. If it was to give me $1 million every day I don't laugh, I'd be the richest person in the world? Question mark.
But she's like, you really think that you can go a full day without smiling? Like, you're supporting their business because in the end, you're not gonna hold back your smile. If you smile once, you have to go pay them. Oh, you're such a silly little boy.
Dude. Yo.
And they're all just like, oh.
Is this like a kink for her now? It's like, I feel like, I don't know if she's like kind of doing some sort of kink stuff here? Question mark. With constantly referring them to as like, you know, young and a younger brother or whatever the heck she's calling them, and like what you just said there? Question mark. Like, I'm not convinced this isn't she's doing some sort of kink stuff, and nobody really realizes that? Question mark. Also, in VR, this feels like so like uncomfortable to be next to this wall, because it feels like there actually is a wall here. So it makes me feel like it's the wall in my room, which is next to the door, and it's like I'm talking, and it feels like my voice is just going out into the rest of the house, but like I'm nowhere near the rest of the house. I'm in my corner, but it makes me feel like I'm not in my little corner over here in my computer. But yeah, I think this is some sort of kink thing? Question mark. I don't. Like, you don't have to believe me, but I don't know. It's some sort of like no cougar, uh, fresh meat pool boy kind of thing going on here. Some sort of kink thing, cougar kink thing.
My gosh, I'm gonna pawn off my soul at this point. Get me out of here. All the comments are like, you are such a buzzkill. It's like, you want to take the game seriously enough, but not too seriously. It's just not that serious. You're trying to have a good time. You're entertaining people at home.
I see what you mean though. Next event
Yeah.
just sucks everything out of it.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't even talk.
Yeah.
You're just gonna lecture me on the dumbest in the world. Everyone is like, it's not even the fact that she lacks EQ. She genuinely thinks that her way of thinking is correct. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then there's another part in the show where it's Mother's Day. And so one of the two guys is like, it's Mother's Day today. Like, you should reward yourself, Judan, because she's a mother. And she's like, oh, well then all of you guys should say something nice to me. So clearly from this interaction, you can tell that she's not annoyed or bothered by her role of being a mother. But then there's this car scene where she's in the car with Didi. And Didi, like, I think she did something cute. And Didi has like a little bit more egg. And so she's like, thank you, mommy, right? But she's saying it as like, because you're like the mommy of the group, right? And Judan's reaction is, the reminder that my manager gave me before I came to Wonderland is that I shouldn't be such a mom. And you keep calling me mom. I'm already on the verge of breaking down.
The fuck?
But Judan is literally the one that started it.
She's
remember?
offended, right?
Yeah, and when Didi was crying, remember, she was like, mommy will stand up for you. Mommy has your back. Like, that was all you. And then for Mother's Day, you're like, okay, say something nice to me, everyone.
Why do you think she's triggered in this moment?
Everyone in the comments was like, she hates Didi because she's jealous of Didi for Didi being a young woman. Like, she sees women as competition, and she sees men as something to take care of.
Dang.
People are like, what did she even do to you?
So,
like, why did she keep attacking her?
So Didi just getting bullied by Judan the whole show.
Yes, by someone twice her f***ing age.
Yeah.
And people are like, see, this is the type of mother-in-law, you could find your soulmate. And this is his mom, you run.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You don't marry the love of your life, okay? Others mock her. They're like, Judan, mommy is here. Judan, I have a breakdown when someone calls me mommy. Don't even think about calling me mommy. It's like very crazy. Netizens are like, well, I bet if one of the guys called her mommy, she would have loved it. But like, she loves men.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying, I think it's some sort of kink thing. You're not gonna believe me, but I don't know. It feels like it could be something like that. Question mark. Though I think this whole show is supposed to be this sort of like ecosystem, family ecosystem, so it's probably not that, but I'm holding on to the kink thing just because it's funny. Question mark. Also, we're just gonna keep moving around. Oh, keep moving around, right? Just, and you can tell me where you thought was like the best place that we sat. I think we're in the center. Like 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're in the exact center now. We're not going to see much of the thing, actually. We'll only stay here for a little bit because I don't think we can see much. And I can't tell what your vision is, but I'm assuming it's like somewhere like right here. So I think I need to be like about there.
Other people are like, to be honest, I think she thinks she's on a dating show. So... And then there's this part of the show where everyone talks about the most vulnerable moments of like what they're struggling with in life. Judan brings up the thing again.
Sorry again?
Yeah, brings up the thing again. Okay, I will say somewhat of a heartfelt moment more than previously, where it seemed less of like, woe is me. It seemed like hopefully she's really reflecting that it was totally her fault, right? But I don't know. And then this is where it gets bad. It's Didi's fault, and she's clearly going through a lot. First of all, she's getting bullied by this mummy, right? She's getting bullied on the show. She's stuck in the middle of nowhere with a bully, and she's like, okay, yeah, I mean, I think right now, I feel like I'm only 20 and my life is just beginning, but I feel kind of lost. Like, these are very normal 20-year-old thoughts. The minute that she says, I'm only 20 years old right now, Judan rolls her eyes.
我觉得我今年20岁，所以我的人生才刚刚开始。
You're shitting me. Wow.
Yeah, that was like very like. I mean, at least she didn't say anything. At least she's just like moving around and not actually um doing whatever it is. Like, ugh, like she's so. I don't disgust. It's not the word. It's just. I feel like adults would act this way though. I know we're trying to dogpile on this one, which fine. Like I'm not saying we shouldn't. I feel like adults just act that way though, right? If well, not adults. If you're older than someone, anyone who's younger than you that tries to like talk about their struggles, you're going to um just wave off because they're younger than you, and it's like, oh, you're just young, right? It's like if a 20 like says something to a 30-year-old, it's like, oh, of course you feel that way. You're 20. A 40-year-old, a 30-year-old says something to a 40-year-old, it's like, of course you feel that way. You're 30, and then so on and so forth forever, right? That's just how it is. Like people, I think all people. I'm not even going to say some or most. I'm saying all people on the planet are um, biased to their age range, and anyone younger than them is just stupid, right? Or um, I don't even know how to say like not just stupid, but uh, I don't know. We can just go for stupid for now. But everyone past this point is stupid. Everyone past this point is also stupid. But then once you get to here, everyone past this point again is stupid. But even anyone up here is stupid. It's just when you're in your little, I don't know, decade. It's just anyone but below and above is dumb and they don't know what they're talking about. Question mark. I feel like most people, most of humanity, is that way. Are they not?
Oh, she can't
And
hide
I
that.
said
Can't hide it.
She's like Mina.
I said most, but like all. I'm doubling down back on that and saying all.
The eye rolls.
She can't hide anything. She's a lot of netizens were like, oh, she's the type of teacher that favors boys.
Oh yeah.
The type of teacher that gives nicknames for the boys and then
Oh, yeah.
grades all the girls' essays like, you suck at life, go die. I don't know. But then to the
Okay.
boys, she's like, I know that you literally use ChatGPT for everything, but I feel like you must have prompted it really well for it to like give such a spectacular essay. Like that's her vibe. I want to punch her in the face. She's giving the mother who like
In
runs
Minecraft?
to her son right when the gender reveal happens and is like dry humping him in the air. She like lifts her legs around him, cradles him, and it's like, what is happening? I don't know what's worse, gender reveals where the husband runs directly to his mom or runs directly to the boys when it's a boy. I don't know what's worse. Immediately divorce. There's another section where they're eating barbecue and one of the guys is like, oh, I'm on a diet, I can't eat. So there's skewers. She's looking at him, she takes a bite out of the skewer and then keeps pushing it in his face even though he said that he doesn't want to eat it. And it's like just like weird. Why would you bite it first? It's like weird.
Yeah.
It's pick me energy. And then there was also another thing where everybody had
Yeah, trying to get that indirect kiss, but not really, because I feel like in that situation, like there's no indirect kiss, but it is kind of youthful. Is she trying to be playful too? Because even though she's in her 40s, she's still trying to be young and cute and playful, which I feel like you're allowed to do that, but still, is that I'm trying to figure out, is that what she's doing? Right? Is she's trying to be? She's acting like she's 20 despite being 44. Is that what it is?
a secret test of one another. So
Or
you have to come up with
teenager.
these little test sheets and it'll rank things. So it's like 0 through 5, 5
Like it's not the same thing. Like she's trying to act like a youth while also trying to act like a quote unquote mommy. Can't do air quotes because again, this app doesn't have hand tracking. The headset itself does have hand tracking, but for some reason this app doesn't have hand tracking. I don't know why it doesn't, unless I don't know how to turn it on. But um, yeah, she's like simultaneously trying to be young and a mommy at the same time. I don't know. It might just be way off basis. I'm just spewing out whatever at this point, right?
being really good. So you rank people with like emotional management, empathy, mediation ability, energy, liveliness, sense of social responsibility, charisma, low stimuli, blunt sensitivity. So basically it's like a new term that people refer to in China, which is you're not overly sensitive over small remarks. It's like being very emotionally stable. It's like someone who's very grounded. You don't sweat the small stuff. Like you have very good sensitivity of like, oh, if someone snaps at you when you can clearly tell they've been anxious all day and it's like a small snap, you're not gonna go and start a whole fight about it. It's just like, oh damn, they're probably having a day. It's like that. And so everyone is giving 14 forms. So they have to fill out everybody else's forms. It's like grading everyone else anonymously about how you feel about their social skills after living with them for so long and interacting with them. So then after,
Drama.
yeah, everyone gathers around a table and they can pick 3 people whose ratings they want to see. but they don't see them in order. So you can pick the 3 people you want to see their ratings of you. So you'd be like, oh, I want to see my husband's rating of me, Tiffany's rating of me, and my sister's rating of me. But when I get them, I won't know who's who, right? So it's supposed to be somewhat anonymous, but you can still pick like 3 people. Yeah. And so you just see like these ratings. And I will say, I don't know if everybody is just terrified of Judan, probably. And maybe it's like elder respect, because a lot of people are like younger. So they just like rated her high on everything, except blunt sensitivity.
She's like very reactive and
Wow.
sensitive.
To like small comments. Like very small comments. She'll just be like, what did you mean by that? And it's like, I didn't mean anything. I was just bullshitting out of my ass. Okay.
What do you mean, mommy?
Yeah. Like,
what do you mean, sorry?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh my God, it's so stressful. And so she scored like 46 out of 50 on one. And the only points were like blunt.
Kind of dangerous to use the word sorry and mommy that close to each other there. Mango husband. Because if you know the memes, you know the memes. But I was like, for a second there, I was like, wait, he used those words way too close to each other. Question mark.
Sensitivity. And then other people are even making comments on their thing of like, you're so amazing at like trying to care for other people. And one of them, the blunt sensitivity was on the lower side. And she turns to Sister Jing and she's like, did you write this? And Sister Jing is so uncomfortable and she's like, another famous celebrity who is a comedian who's really good at mediating situations jumps in and is like, we shouldn't guess. Let's not guess. We should just accept the results and reflect. But Judan completely ignores him, turns around to Sister Jing, and it's like, Sister Jing, why did you only give me 1 point for blunt sensitivity?
Do we not just fucking prove the point right here?
Sister Jing is at a loss for words.
Sister Jing pulls out a mirror.
And so she's like, but Judan won't even let it go. I don't know how people do this. I don't know how people sit in silence. Judan is smiling at her, waiting for her explanation. And she's just watching Sister Jing be uncomfortable.
Yikes.
Then all the celebrities are like, it just means you're like sensitive as a person. Like you catch onto feelings really fast. So everyone is like trying to make blunt sensitivity a really good thing now. Like it's some kind of positive trait. But everybody knows what Sister Jing was saying. Like you're way too fucking sensitive. And as for her question of why Sister Jing gave her 1 point, netizens said, because you are. The fact that you're asking why she did that shows why you should only get 1 point. I'm so confused. But she does not get it. Judan is just like, the only way she lets go of this topic is when everyone explains to her, they lie to her face straight up that no, this just means that you're like an emotionally sensitive person, which is good because that means you pick up on things. Like you got nunchi. They're trying to convince her of that. And then she's like, oh, okay. So it's like the other way around. Then I'm fine. I'm satisfied. And then another celebrity is so sick of his shit. They go, yeah, or else you're gonna get mad.
Oh, did you hear it?
Yeah. But they move on, thankfully.
Oof. Okay, she let it go.
And so she gets her third feedback. It's 47 points. I mean, she's like getting all the highest points. The only thing that people are scoring her low on is sensitivity, which I think the other points are way too generous anyway, but whatever. She scored 2 out of 5 this time instead of 1 out of 5. The others even started to ask, like, what did you do for them to score you in this category, like this range? Like, to say that you're sensitive. And Judan starts getting mad. And she starts looking around and she's like, am I really sensitive? And the comedian looks at her and is like, sister, you fixating on your low score right now is being very sensitive. Is my score really that low? Another celebrity is like, are you gonna go back and think, am I really that sensitive and keep you up the entire night? Because then yes, you really are that sensitive. Like, what do you mean? And so finally, out of 150 points, she scores 143, which is super high. Everybody is like congratulating her, they're clapping. But for netizens watching, they're so done with her. They're like, see, this is why delusional people stay delusional, because everyone is so scared of telling them, hey, you're so crazy. So they go about their entire lives for decades thinking that they're not crazy, when it's like, no, we're just so scared of you. We're just scared of.
I feel like I kind of feel this, right? Like I know people who were not like her, but just like not delusional is not even the right word, but just we'll use the word delusional, out of their mind, and like you just can't do anything but be a yes man. Because if you're not a yes man, then you're just gonna be in for a bad time. Question mark. So it's like, do you want a bad time, or do you just want to say, yep, sure, whatever, right? Which of course is pretty rough. But then it keeps them. It keeps them in that state of being like that. But it's you don't want to push them too far, right? Because what happens if you push them too far and then they go over the edge or something, right?
Has
Like
full marks on
literally.
everything else, and she was still making a whole fit about it. And then it shows when she's giving points. So like the audience can see how she's giving points. She gave Sister Jing only 38 points out of 50.
Oh dang.
Super harsh. And she also added comments that were just so fucking rude. Okay. Like she's so sensitive, and she's like writing things like emotional management. First she checked 4, then she X'd it out and then changed it to a 3. For mediation skills, she gave her a 2 and then wrote, usually puts her own emotions first. For social responsibility, she rated her a 3 and then wrote a comment, average.
Wow, this person is actually so miserable to be around.
Like if she got any of these results, she would have forced the entire show to sit down, have a therapy session on the spot, stop filming, stop production, stop everything to figure out who wrote it and why. And she would interrogate them until they're like, you know what, let me get my paper back and just change the answers all to 5 because I was totally dumb and wrong. And I should go punch myself. And the crazy thing is, like, netizens are like, listen, we can appreciate celebrities who are mean. We can. If you're blunt, you're to the point, and you want to be super honest, and you're like, hey, Sister Jean, I think you're only a 38 out of 50. That's fine. What's not fine is being hypersensitive about your score and then having zero sensitivity when you judge other people's. That's narcissism. That's being crazy. You're heartless. And then she's like totally blunt with it too. When Sister Jean is reading her results, she even turns to Sister Jean and is like, don't you think your mediation skills are like a little off, right?
调停力是不是稍微有点？是不是？
Sister Jean looked like she's about to cry, but she holds it in, she keeps it quiet, and she just moves on. See, that's what I don't get. I feel like it's a normal human thing to hate making everyone feel uncomfortable. Like, it's not even you're just being so mean to Sister Jean, but now you're like creating this environment where everyone doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, is it normal? You just do not want to make an awkward scene. But I mean, isn't that what we just keep seeing on these like Stephanie videos, these shows? You know, Mai just saying and doing whatever she wants, no matter what like kind of awkward situation it caused, right? I've already almost erased everything that Mai was doing on that show, so I can't even like attest to if that's correct or not. But then also the other dude that was on that show as well, question mark, and probably any other people that we've talked about on the Stephanie channel. So I think this is a reoccurring thing, is people acting like this, right? And being someone who just makes everything so awkward and uncomfortable and doesn't care that, or even understand potentially that they're making the situation really unbearable for everybody involved.
I feel like people typically, I feel like it's a natural instinct to hate that. She doesn't even feel it.
Yeah.
Oh, she a brick wall. It's so creepy, but it doesn't end there. After everyone receives their scores, the top 3 are given the role of team captain or parent, which means that they can choose their own teammates and roommates. Basically, they become the leaders. And out of everyone at the table, Judan placed second because everyone was just bullshitting and trying to be nice. That means she gets to be one of the 3 captains, and she has the power to pick her own group.
Before we go further, on this show, is anybody like, I don't know, like, is anyone hooking up, question mark, on this show? Is it like one of those shows where that can happen? I'm not gonna, can I? I know I can point. There we go. You know what I mean? Like, you get where this is going. Is anyone hooking up on this show? I don't know if it is that, but because it's supposed to be like a family show, right? So you have like calling be like her mom, and the other one's like kids. But wouldn't there be like a mom and a dad, or whatever, dads and moms together? And then wouldn't something happen? Question mark, you know? Something happen? Something happening with that? Because we haven't talked about any of that. It's just all about her, right? I'm wondering if anyone went on this show, like it's, you know, what was that show called? Oh my god, it's like the reality show. Real World? Like Real World. You go on the show, and then someone on the show ends up having relations? Question mark. Is it something that could be like that, or what? I would want to know if like that was something that was happening, and is she trying to make that happen with these young boys? Because we're just gonna call her Cougar at this point. Is she actually like preying on these guys, and like is she going to like scoop one up and then have him come be with her in her room, and then who knows what happens from that? You know, even though you're married? Question mark. I don't know if she's still married. Even though you're married, maybe it's like, oh, it's just a show, right? It's reality. It's so fine. It's fine if I do this on the show, right? I don't know if she has that kind of personality to do that, but I'm just wondering if that's a factor in all of this.
But the way they choose the team is very interesting. So everybody has this like tube in front of them. They're sitting at a table, and everybody has this tube, and you slip your arms in both. You slip your hands in, okay? And there's 2 buttons on the inside. One button is yes, one button is no.
Oh, that's
And no one
cool.
can see,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And you
yeah.
stick both in, so like you can't see which muscle is flexing which, right?
Yeah.
And once the team captain chooses 5 people, they all slip their hands in. And then at the end, if they all unanimously vote yes, they become a family unit. But if one person votes no, then they have to re-choose another group of 5 or convince the 5 to all vote yes. But you don't know who voted no.
I'm confused now.
Okay, so 5 people stick their arms in.
Who's the 5 people?
Okay, so let's say captain 1. Judan is captain 2. There's 3
Yep,
captains.
yep.
They say, I want A, B, C, D, E. on my team. Stick your arms in, A, B, C, D, E, or A, B, C, D, because I guess it's 4 people they're choosing. And then click yes or no. And then it'll reveal either 3 people said yes, 4 people said yes.
Okay.
If it's 4 people said yes, it's unanimous. All 5 of them want to be on a team. The captain chose all of them, and all 4 said yes, we want to go with you.
What if one of them?
They have to revote. So if one of them says no, then the captain can choose all 4 new people, or the captain can try to convince them to say yes. And then they do a revote. They keep revoting until it's all yes.
Oh, that seems kind of difficult.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. I think it's cool. So the 3 team leaders, they take turns selecting 4 people
What happens if there's a permanent stalemate, though? What happens then?
that they want in their group. And those 4 people then vote, again, anonymously about whether they want to join or not.
That's about to get messy.
So Judan turns to Sister Jing and is like, Sister Jing, do you still want to be with me? Sister Jing, after she just got bullied, is like, of course. Judan then picks Sister Jing, the 2 original boys that are still growing.
And she replaces Didi?
She replaces Didi.
Oof.
Wow.
Another boy. So she chose everyone from her original group except for Didi, the youngest.
Wow.
So when it came to the vote, 2 of them said yes and 2 of them said no. So the group does not come together. And Judan immediately starts questioning, who said no? Who said no? I don't know if she doesn't understand what the word anonymous means.
Yeah.
But she doesn't respect the rules of the game. She's like confronting everyone, trying to dig up everything. Like, what's the point of the cylinder box? The whole point is then you try to sell yourself. You're like, okay, so here's my proposal, right? So if you guys say yes, the next time you vote, I'll give everyone free ice cream. Like, you're supposed to, I'll do the laundry for the next week. But instead, she's like, who said no? Who said no? The game moves on to the next round. And the next captain is Lee Jia-chi, who is a girl. She is a team captain. And she had already arranged like the 4 people that she was going to choose for her group. But she actually has really high EQ, and I think she's really nice. The first captain did not pick Didi. Because, I mean, I don't think they really knew each other. And Didi's very new to the show. And so everyone just kind of assumes you go with, like, the original group that you went with, just because why not? And then Judan does not pick Didi.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so Lee Jia-chi picks Didi first. So that's her first pick, because she's like, okay, I'm not dumb. I'm not going to have... And, like, also, it's very shitty to just watch a young girl, like a 20-year-old, not get picked by anyone. Like, what is this, dodgeball in high school? Like, no one's doing that. So she picks Didi first and then picks a few other people. And it's crazy because she actually picked Didi over her 2 best friends. But she knows that her 2 best friends are also friendly with captain number 1, so it's like not a big deal. So she's like, I'm not gonna let Didi be the only person that never gets chosen throughout the entire round of first rounds of picks, even though no teams were formed. So she picks Didi, and it was still a vote of 3-1. The group did not form, but instead of confronting anyone or causing a big deal about it, she just kind of laughed it off and moved on. Now, when it's Judan's turn again, she picks Sister Jing, the 2 guys from the original, and then a different guy, and she's still again not picking Didi, and she's like, okay, like this time, don't say no, and again, 2-2. She immediately turns to Sister Jing and is like, Sister Jing, did you press no?
Bro, what's wrong with this woman? Like,
and then Sister Jing is like, no, it wasn't me. So Judan then points to the 2 guys, the original 2 guys, and it's like, then I suspect it's one of you. And then she just keeps rambling, like, I think it's the 2 of you now. Like, I really have no idea how can these 4 people, I think the 2 of you are ganging up on me. Why is it always 2 votes that say no? 2 votes every single time. Like, I got 2 votes in both rounds that said no.
bro.
And the others are saying, well, maybe it's not the same 2 votes. Like, people can change their votes. And then Judan is like ripping her sunglasses off her head, and she's like, exactly, what is going on right now? She just starts like fuming in the middle of the game, and she just could not take no for an answer. I mean, perhaps she thought that she had one of the highest scores, so everyone wanted to room with her, but it turns out everyone just liked her because they're scared of her, obviously, because of reasons you can see. And she just starts screaming, and everybody's on edge. Some people even started biting their fingernails. Like, they just seemed really stressed out. Others are like trying to disappear into their chair. Others
She does kind of have like a smile on, so you
are
hope
like nervously.
This is my 2.0.
Yeah.
that she's not too serious, but I think the whole point of this is that she's just a crazy, toxic person, so we can't really give her a devil's advocate, even though I have gave her some devil's advocate situations here and there. I just haven't like used the term devil's advocate as usual. You know what I'm doing this entire video. I'm not necessarily on their side. I'm just trying to give a different viewpoint of what's going on. Thus, devil's advocate.
Like, everyone is just panicked. Everyone knows that the 2 guys voted no, but like, it was just really stressful. And like, people are saying, it's so obvious the 2 guys would vote no. Like, they had a miserable time. Why would they want to go back? Like, it's not even rude. This is how the show works. And then she just sits there in silence, glaring at everyone. And she's like darting her eyes back and forth to everyone that might have voted no. And it's just like very frightening to watch. Later, one of the guys said in a behind the scenes interview that he was one of the people that pressed no both times, and he was too scared to even admit it. So he felt really shameful about that. Which is crazy, because it's like, no, you don't have to admit it. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Like, you didn't do anything wrong by not admitting it. You don't have to admit it. He just kept saying, like, I was really nervous. I feel terrible. I felt really guilty, and I was so embarrassed to admit it was me. So I did say no. I kept saying no, but it was me. And so eventually the comedian stepped in and was like, sister, if they've provided this machine, it means that everyone has the right to say no. Okay? Like, people can, it's a good thing that people can choose to say no. And like, people are like, this is even crazier because her whole career so far, her professional career, most of it was not from reality shows. It was all on hosting. And host, especially in places like East Asia, your EQ is through the roof. The way that you mediate awkward conversations, awkward questions, you are able to give celebrities openings to walk back something they might have said, or to re-explain something in a way that might not offend people. Like, it's all about having EQ, and she can't do anything. Like, comedians are stepping in to be like, what's wrong with you? Like, giggle, let's just giggle gaggle. It's not that serious. But she just says, I mean, no one wanted to live with me. Obviously, I was rejected. I think the 2 younger brothers rejected me. So I think naturally anyone would be disappointed.
Okay.
And it's like
Okay,
she's
yeah.
so upset about the idea of being rejected by these two guys. And everyone's like, you do realize you're not on Singles Inferno. Like, you do realize you're not on a dating show. We don't know what's happening. So the next round, one group formed.
Yeah, so that's what I was asking. Like, of course, not on a dating show, but it's just a regular reality show. But are people still using it that way? Are people still going to hook up? Is what I'm saying. Or did people hook up on this show? Question mark. Even if it's like some sort of weird, let's pretend to be a family as adults kind of show.
And then the remaining people form another group, so automatically everybody else is placed with Judan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Thankfully, Didi is not part of that group, but it's Sister Jing and the two original male celebrities.
Oh, they
and then
came in.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's just the same team, right? It's her, the other older woman, the two fresh meat, and then I guess some other random person, or is it not even? Like, is there not like a fifth person? Is it just them? So nothing changed.
And so they're trying to get settled into their new headquarters, but Judan is still hung up on who rejected her. And she's like really stressed. She's walking down the stairs with one of the guys, and she keeps muttering under her breath, like, no, it's impossible for Sister Jing to reject, though, and say no. Everyone's like, oh my God. And he just looks so stressed out because he thinks like Sister Jing is going to get thrown under the bus because he said no. So he walks
Confess?
he goes into the bathroom and he like has a meltdown in the bathroom. It seems he locks himself in there for a really long time to calm down. Because I'm sure also it's really scary. It's also like fear of getting canceled too. I'm sure he probably thought like, okay, everyone's going to kill me for not manning up to my decision.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like,
Because like these video, who knows, they might just secretly reveal that what they each person pressed and then show him lying, for example.
so he's like, okay, I gotta apologize. And netizens were so upset by this because they're like, why do you have to apologize? You don't have to apologize for saying no.
He went to apologize?
Yeah, and he was like, okay, like, I'm just gonna apologize. So he goes to Sister Jing first, and he's like, hey, I just want to tell you that I voted no in both rounds. And
Okay, I think Jing is the other woman. So, what is going to happen? We have 4 minutes left of this video. Is she going to accept the apology because he's a boy and she loves boys? Or is she going to have like a whole mental breakdown for the 8,000th time? What is going to happen here?
I'm sorry that like you got blamed for it because of me and I couldn't stand up. I was just really nervous and like, I don't know, I was just kind of freaking out. And Sister Jing was like making him feel much better. And she was like, no, I totally get it. I think it's also like last time we were living together, we had such a big age difference. Like it was awkward. Like sometimes I would come downstairs and you three young kids are chatting and I don't know what you guys are talking about because I don't know what's going on these days. And then, you know, like I get it. And then you guys feel like you have to be very careful. And, you know, we're old. We like to wake up early. You guys like to sleep in. So I totally get why you wouldn't have wanted this environment. Like I know it has nothing to do with me or Judan. Like I know it's just like the age difference, the setup. Like we get it.
Wow.
So people start growing
High
really,
EQ.
yes, where it's like, and then she's like, but you know what? Maybe this time I'll like learn to be younger. Like we can have fun. Like don't feel afraid. And then he was also like, yeah, because you guys sleep really early. Showering was really stressful because the bathrooms are all in the same hallway, and so we always felt like we had to shower at certain times. And she's like, I can't even hear a thing. Like I'm such a deep sleeper. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
So like very high EQ, and she's like, it's okay. Like don't worry. And then he finally goes to Judan, and he's like, yeah, so I pressed no both times, and he's just explaining like I felt really nervous saying, and he also gives the same explanation of like last time we were living together we felt like the energies weren't mixing because you know like all the reasons I gave, and she just is like, okay, can you tell me why you pressed no?
After he said why?
Yeah, and then finally she goes, thank you
Like, wasn't that the whole explanation there?
for confessing. Like it's okay, but I'm glad you confessed. And everyone's like, confessing? Like he doesn't need to confess.
Yeah.
Like confessing implicates that you did something wrong.
Yeah, you're guilty of something.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with Mai. Like, how dare you make me side with all the guys in here? And then she's like, no, don't worry about it. And then she gives him a tight hug and then like touches his abdomen. And everyone takes a screenshot and is like, hello?
Again, cougar alert. Question mark. Husband's about to be thrown under the bus. Like she's preying on some fresh meat. I'm telling you, the whole show. That's what she's doing.
Are we on a dating show? Yeah.
Yes.
So that is part one of Judan. I gotta give you all part two. Honestly, I could ramble for like another 3 hours. But in the next part, we're gonna go back into the reality show with her husband. Because if you think this is crazy,
Oh my God.
it's actually crazier because the whole world cyber bullies her husband for 3 years. For 3 years. And then they go on a reality show. And turns out he's not the villain.
That's
She
wild.
convinced everyone he was the villain for 3 years. And she never clarified.
That's
He never
absolutely
clarified.
crazy.
It's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my
Like
life.
I just can't keep thinking about how bad I already feel for her family because they have nowhere to run to, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So stay tuned for part two. Let me know in the comments your thoughts because I'm sorry. I know I kept rolling my eyes. I felt like it was rude, but I was just getting so frustrated. And like the way that she
Oh, look, they have the hide button here too. I didn't know if that would show up.
just treats her daughter sent me off, and then there was no coming back from that. So let me know in the comments what are your thoughts. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
The moral of the story, I'm starting to see a pattern here. What is the pattern? Also, look how dark it is when there's no light being projected from this. Let me turn this on. Maybe that'll add some light. There we go. You see how dark it was? I appreciate that. Because if you didn't realize there is dynamic lighting here with the big screen, it's because it's like just pitch black in here, almost like a little bit of the. Well, now it's gone because of that. Yep, that is that video. What is it? Do we have the next one here? Cancels toxic husband for years. Okay, this is the next video there. This internet cancels toxic husband for years until realizing the wife is a toxic one. I ran away from home. Don't know what that's going to be. But yeah, I will try to do this tomorrow. The second video. That'll be up tomorrow. But yep. I think it's kind of crazy. Is it just another situation of like choosing like a low EQ? I guess we could just chalk up a low EQ. I always just say like, is there something like mentally wrong with them? But maybe it's more than that. Maybe she's just evil, right? Well, we're going to see tomorrow how bad it's going to end up getting. Just checking, making sure everything's going. Oh, this has been 2 hours. I think it says like an hour and 59 minutes over there. So yeah, almost 2 hour video. It will probably be over 2 hours because we're going to talk for a little bit after that. But yeah, again, let me know if you find this enjoyable. I wish I could just, take the camera and put it here and have that project, which you can do that with VR. There is an app that lets you do that, but I don't think this has that function where you can actually just have the camera outwards and I can just be in the world. And you can see me and this at the same time. But yeah, just let me know how you feel about this setup. I just wanted to do something interesting. I need to use this thing more often, so this is a way to do that. Now that I'm using this app again, I forgot what the app is called. Some sort of theater app. I plan to do like unboxings too, just to be aware of that. Probably end up tomorrow. Do like I still have to do Ring Fit today. That's the last thing I need to do today, but I don't know if I have it in me to put this on and then do an unboxing video because I got some cards. I unbox cards from time to time, trading cards. So I might try to use this to record that, because these have cameras on the front and I can actually see into reality. Because using a webcam to try to do unboxing sucks, but just having the camera strapped to your head that can see your perspective, I think would be interesting. And I don't know if anyone's even done that before, just recording an unboxing from a VR headset. So you have like a perfect point of view of the person that's recording it. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out if I end up actually doing that. Yeah, again, let me know how you feel about this. The audio, I will have to see myself. I was trying to stay still and like assume what is your range of view here. I don't know what it is because again, it's always going to be less than me. Because I'm going to have like 110, 120 FOV to the sides and then pretty far up as well. So again, you're seeing like 40% less than what I'm seeing. I think maybe even 50% less than what I'm seeing. And hopefully it was fine because I can't like just check, but maybe it was okay. Hopefully you saw more than I thought you were seeing because I thought you might just be seeing like some of it cut off, and whatnot. But yeah, let's whoops, just show you the. Can I grab this? There you go. Show you the. Oh shoot! I just hit the keys. I keep accidentally doing that. I need to be careful. Let me just show you the other room that I wanted to go into, the classroom. And I think I should use this for Duolingo. I might just change it all the time. Hopefully just nothing. Is there anything crazy here? I didn't see. Yeah, nothing seems crazy. Bowling game demo. Remote desktop, etc., etc. Environment. In the classroom, I want to use this classroom. But you can see what we can use in the future if there's anything you want to see in these videos. I'm going to click on the classroom, don't worry. We're going to look at that. I don't know if I'm going to look at anything else. Modern cinema. This was a retro cinema, by the way, which you can tell from the like VHS stripe. I'm going to call that color over there, that the VHS stripe on the walls is why it's retro. But what is, let's just look at the modern cinema real quick. What does that look like? Let me just close this. We don't really have a lot of light. Let's get the light up so we can actually see. This is a modern one. We have that on the wall instead. Still missing chairs back there. What's going on down there? Okay, at least this is a bit better. So we actually have like a railing here. And like you could argue there's something. Oh, we have emergency doors. We got doors, or exit doors even. I don't know why the other one didn't have them. Is that just how retro ones are made? So that we can hang out here. We can obviously go to the retro, or we got the sci-fi one, or the grand cinema, which is probably like an IMAX. Home theater, Lux theater. Though, again, classroom. Let's go to the classroom real quick. See? In these chairs. I don't know why the sparkles are happening there. I think it's just loading in. Get cherry blossoms in the background, blowing in the wind back there. And then this is like on a projector screen? Question mark. I wish this was like lower, because where my hands are right now, this is my table right here. So this is like, I'm sitting up too high. But we always have to be in the back like a cool kid. This is where all the cool kids sit in the anime, right? So we can be back here, just watching a Stephanie video. Question mark. Again, I want to use this for Duolingo. I think would be sick. I need to see what that looks like. If I can get Duolingo on this video, on the screen. I don't know if there's a browser, so I don't know what that's going to end up showing. I'm not going to click on that because who knows what will show up there. There's also shop. I think that's just for clothes, because this is what my avatar looks like. It's just a ginger girl I threw together. The leather jacket. Because like this is what I look like if other people were here looking in with this environment. Which again, I might just create it so that people who are just watching, if you have a headset, you can come join me for rad videos. I'll like maybe try to announce it and what have you. So if you go out there and buy a $500 headset, I'll let you join me. I mean, I don't think they're all 500, right? Some of these are pretty cheap. You can get them cheap, on sale as well. This doesn't seem to go on sale anymore, but like the 3S, I think, will get pretty cheap, like 100 something maybe, if you're lucky. So yeah, if you want to come join me in VR and have rad videos together live, we can do that. Hang out here and just watch some videos or whatnot. Yeah, I definitely need to use this room for something. I love the lighting, like the sun from the window on this room. I mean, obviously it's cartoony, but I don't really care about that. But yep, that is going to be it for today. We've got the silly view of Stephanie there in the back room. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. I don't think I have anything else to say other than, tell me what you think about this sort of setup for these videos. If there's any other rooms that I should be using for this. Again, I love this. I don't know what it is. I love the way this looks. Even though it's cartoony, I just love this setup. I just wish the chairs were smaller. Because then, like, my hands have to, like, go underneath the table. Like, they're between my legs now. Just to get that. But that's fine. But yeah, that's going to be it. So yeah, guys, I don't know why I keep saying guys. I've been saying cuties for so long. I still end up saying guys, though. Like, come on. But yeah, cuties, thanks for watching. Remember to buy my stickers or think about becoming a member. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Because working on watch time and subscribers. And don't forget we have a throne now as well. And shout out to the members, EmmyStarr, RaleyDrew, and alexgkiller 880. Yeah, cuties. Thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment. What does it do? Oh, like, subscribe, hype, and comments. Especially comment, for the love of God, freaking comment. Or else I will come for you. There better be freaking 100 comments on this video. Otherwise, I'm going to be very upset with all of you. All 1,300 of you, because I'm almost at 1.3. So I'm going to be upset with all 1,300 of you if you don't comment heavily on this video. Yeah. So yeah, hype, like, subscribe, hype, and comment. You know the deal. See ya.